1-2. 2-1-2.
What's our record right now?
3-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Levitan, and on behalf of the Yakima Valley Pippins, players, coaches, management, and staff, we welcome you to the Orchard for tonight's Pippins game in the West Coast League against the Wenatchee Applesox. Now, the ceremonial first half will celebrate one of the elements that makes Central Washington such an important part of the Pacific Northwest. From Bronson to Cleelum and from Ellensburg to Goldendale, apple trees line the highways of our valley. The Yakima Valley is the state's leader in apple production and the heart of the greatest apple region in the world. Throwing out tonight's first apple is Stan from West Rock. Let's give Stan a big round of applause. Stan, take it away.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, just make sure you unmute.
Uh-huh.
And then he'll hear you talking, so I spoke with your wife a couple of days ago when she was here. Very, very nice to talk with you too.
I said you have to listen to this. Okay. Absolutely. Your mic's
Hold on 1 second. What?
Your mic's on. I can hear you right now.
Seriously. Okay, so. And we're back for Game 2 of a 3-game series here at Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins taking on the Wenatchee Applesox, looking for their second consecutive win and their second consecutive series win here today at the Orchard. Hi, everybody, and welcome into our live broadcast here at PippinsBaseball.com. I'm Miles Klotz. Happy to have you with me, with Austin and Zach on the controls for us today on our video broadcast, and myself manning the controls on our audio broadcast. Glad everybody could be able to join us today. It was a really good game last night for the Pippins, about as well as you could have asked for a home opener, taking it by a final score of 4-1. And the star of the show was Joey McGreasy, who we saw pitch once in relief last week in Ridgefield, and he looked good. But there's obviously some questions when a guy who hasn't thrown 5 innings since high school gets asked to throw 5 innings in a home opener. And he answered all of those questions. 5 innings, gave up just 1 hit, hit a batter. That was it. Nobody else reached against McGreasy. Nobody got to second base. He struck out 7. He did not walk a batter. And he wanted to go out for the 6th, is what he told me after the game on Pippins postgame. But Marcus McKimmey felt confident about the bullpen, and he was proven right. Ty Pullman, 3 1/3 innings, gave up only 1 run. And on a night with no wind, he probably wouldn't have given up any runs. Aiden Adams came in and got the save with 2/3 of an inning at the end in his Pippins debut. As for Wenatchee, they just couldn't get anything going offensively, but they did have a decent performance on the mound from Gavin Gorell, who went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 8 hits, walked a pair, and struck out 4. For the Pippins offensively, they only got hits from 4 guys: Christian Padilla, Zach Liu, Daniel Cipriano, and Owen Cobb. But Cobb, Cipriano, Liu, and Padilla all with multi-hit games. Cobb, 3 for 4. He's hitting over 500 on the year. Daniel Cipriano, 2 for 4 with an RBI. He is also off to a really nice start this season. Take a look at the pitching matchup for tonight's game. The Pippins will be throwing the new left-hander, Mark Finklenberg, to the mound to make his Pippins debut. He just got in town yesterday. A 6'8", 205-pound left-hander out of Loyola Marymount, a redshirt senior. Pitched this year for the Lions in 11 games, went 1-3 with a 7.24 ERA, 14 strikeouts, and 11 walks over 13 2/3 innings. And he did just pitch at UCLA against the number 1 team in the country in the NCAA Regional and pitched a scoreless inning. So he's pitched in some tough situations before. And the plan, it seems, is for the Pippins to give him a couple of innings and give another new left-hander to the team, Cameron Liss, out of Spokane Falls Community College, a couple of innings as well. So it might not be a traditional start. We might see more of a stack between the two. As for Wenatchee, they'll be throwing the right-hander Trent Sellers on the mound, a Kennewick native, Kennewick High School graduate, and rising sophomore at Washington State in Pullman. He made a couple of appearances this year for the Cougars and has also hit a couple times for the Applesox, but this will be the mound debut for the Tri-Cities native out of Washington State University. Those are the starting pitching matchups. We'll have more from the pregame show after a quick break here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today. What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep.
Puget Sound native Mike.
Most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Welcome back to County Stadium in Yakima. I'm Miles Klotz. Glad to have you alongside for Game 2 of the Yakima Valley Pippins and the Wenatchee Applesox. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. But first, a reminder that the Pippins pregame show presented by Yakima Craft Brewing Company. Founded in 2007, Yakima Craft produces high-quality ales and lagers with an emphasis on full-bodied taste and a unique character that pairs great with Pippins Baseball. Enjoy Yakima Craft at the Orchard all summer long. Starting with Wenatchee, Tyler Detloff leads off in right field. Johnny Sage, the left fielder, bats second. Ryan Altenberger, the shortstop, hits third. Zach Inskeep, the cleanup hitter, plays catcher. Blake Klassen at first base, batting fifth. Brett Gillis, the third baseman, hits sixth. Quinn Ayers, the DH, hits seventh. Cody Colden, the second baseman, bats eighth. And Johnny Graham in center, batting ninth. Again, that's Detloff, Sage, Altenberger, Inskeep, Klassen, and Gillis. Ayers, Colden, and Graham, with the right-hander Trent Sellers on the mound for Wenatchee. As for the Pippins, Christian Padilla leads off in right field. Zach Liu, the third baseman, bats second. Daniel Cipriano at first, batting third. Henry Gargas, the DH, bats fourth. Owen Cobb, the shortstop, bats fifth. Tyler Pittman hitting sixth, playing center field. Riley Gill plays left field, bats seventh. Corey Siracusa bats eighth, does the catching. And Tommy Davis batting ninth, playing second base. We'll have the national anthem, and after this, we'll have the first pitch on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices.
It's time for first pitch between the Wenatchee Applesox and the Yakima Valley Pippins. And before that, let's take a look at the standings in the West Coast League with the Pippins in first place in the North Division, tied with the Bellingham Bells, both at 3-1. Port Angeles and Victoria, a game back at 2-2. Wenatchee and Kelowna sitting at the bottom, both with records of 1-3. In the South Division, the only undefeated team left in the WCL, the Walla Walla Sweets, all up top at 4-0. Bend, Ridgefield, and Portland all 2-2, 2 games behind the Sweets, and Corvallis and Cowlitz, both 1-3, 3 games back of Walla Walla. Mark Finklenberg, the 6'8", 205-pound left-hander out of Portland, Oregon, steps on the mound to get his warm-up tosses to Corey Siracusa, back behind the plate after a day off yesterday. And again, we give you one more look at the Wenatchee starting lineup. Tyler Detloff, Johnny Sage, Ryan Altenberger here in this first, then Zach Inskeep, Blake Klassen, Brett Gillis, Quinn Ayers, Cody Colden, and Johnny Graham. Pippins in the Pippin green uniform tonight. Green caps with the dark green caps with the white Y on the front. They've got the green Pippins across the chest, white numbers with a light green trim, and the white pants. As for Wenatchee, same uniforms as yesterday. They've got their red road uniforms, blue Applesox across the chest, blue numbers with a white trim, and then gray pants with a blue stripe down the side. As Finklenberg gets set to make his first appearance, he came a little late because he was pitching with Loyola Marymount in the NCAA Regionals. They were the 3 seed at the Los Angeles Regional, taking on UCLA. Gave them a scare, actually beat them in one game, but didn't end up advancing to the Super Regional. UCLA right now actually playing with their season on the line against Michigan. Michigan wins that game. The Wolverines head to their first College World Series in over 40 years. UCLA, meanwhile, needs to win 2 to get back to Omaha for the first time since winning it all in 2013. Mark Finklenberg is ready, as is Tyler Detloff, the right-handed hitting right fielder, digs in. 2 for 9 on the season, 1 for 2 with an RBI in yesterday's series opener. And we're just waiting on first base coach Cash Ulrich to get to his coaching box, and then it'll be time for first pitch here on a much nicer night for baseball than we had yesterday, with first pitch temperature sitting at around 73, partly cloudy skies. The left-hander Finklenberg rocks and delivers, and the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball outside for ball 1, and that's how we get underway here at 6:31 Pacific time in Yakima. 73 degrees, partly cloudy skies, your game time and temperature. The 1-0 pitch, fouled back and off to the right, and the count is 1-1. Detloff playing right field again, as he was yesterday. Had an injury scare at one point. Thankfully, he was okay and able to return to the game. Finklenberg delivers the 1-1 pitch and a swing and a miss at a low fastball to move the count to 1-2. Finklenberg, a 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, changeup, and a curveball. Didn't pitch a whole lot for Loyola Marymount this spring. And the 1-2. Left-hander goes with a slider, and it's fouled back to the backstop. And actually over the backstop and into the seats out of play. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pippins 3-1 on the season. Wenatchee's 1-3. Pippins looking for their second consecutive series win. A 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup on the outside corner. And Detloff down swinging to start the night for Mark Finklenberg. 1 away via the K, and we take a look at the rest of the defense for the Pippins behind the left-hander. Riley Gill in left field. Tyler Pittman in center. Christian Padilla out in right field. Zach Liu plays third base. Owen Cobb is the shortstop. Tommy Davis at second base. Daniel Cipriano plays first. And Corey Siracusa back behind the plate after a night off yesterday. Here's Johnny Sage. Left-hand batter takes a ball down low with a fastball, and the count moves to 1 ball, no strikes. Sage so far on the season, 3 of 16, a double and 3 RBIs for the Spokane native. 1 for 4 with a strikeout yesterday, and he hits this one softly. Shallow right center, but Davis, the second baseman, tracks back out onto the outfield grass and puts it away for the second out. So 2 away, and Ryan Altenberger hits. Leadoff hitter yesterday, now in the 3 spot for Kyle Crustangel. 4 for 17 on the season, a couple of RBIs. No score in the top of the first inning. Mark Finklenberg, the left-hander, facing Altenberger, who hits from the left side and takes a strike in the dirt, a ball in the dirt with a fastball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Gangly left-hander fires, and that one's down and in 2-0, and he is really a gangly left-hander, standing at 6 feet 8 inches tall, just 205 pounds. Shakes off a sign from Siracusa. Now here's the 2-0. There's a swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. On a pitch that started on the inside, ended up on the outside. Lefty versus lefty slider action. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike to Altenberger. Nobody on, 2 away here in the first. Another pitch. 2-1. Dribbled foul off to the right. 2-2. Certainly a lighter crowd than we had yesterday here at County Stadium, but a lot of people still filing in and a lot of cars still coming into the parking lot as this game did get started a little bit before its scheduled 6:35 first pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from the left-hander, Finklenberg. Dribbled softly down the first base line, and Cash Ulrich, the first base coach for Wenatchee, gives it a football toss back towards the Pippins dugout, where now home plate umpire Carl Ramsey will be delivered a couple of balls from one of the ball girls in the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Finklenberg already with a strikeout in this inning, and he delivers another 2-strike offering. This one again, grounded foul, just to the front of the Applesox dugout on the first base side. And we'll have another 2-2 pitch here in this at-bat. All 12 teams in the West Coast League in action tonight. 2-2. Another foul off to the right and into the Applesox dugout. Only one other game has gone in progress. Bellingham at Port Angeles. The Bells looking to clinch the series. Leg kick and the pitch. That one's downstairs with a fastball, and the count runs full 3-2. Ridgefield is in Kelowna, also looking for a series win. Corvallis and Victoria play, and Portland and Cowlitz, along with Bend facing Walla Walla. There's a hard shot down the right field line. Nowhere close to fair territory, though. And a 10th pitch in this at-bat is on the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Base is clear with 2 down, and the Pippins infield shifted a slight bit to the right after all these hits to the left side from Altenberger. Finklenberg, another payoff. That one's lifted high in the air, deep to right field. A bat flip, and Padilla watches that one go. Man, that was some sort of bat flip from Ryan Altenberger. He hits his first home run of the season, and the Applesox have a 1-0 lead against Mark Finklenberg and the Pippins. That ball was out in a second, and Ryan Altenberger with an awesome and emphatic flip of the bat. And the youngster out of Morton, Illinois, with a solo shot, and it'll bring up Zach Inskeep with the Pippins trailing for the first time in a home game this season. They did not trail at any point yesterday against the Applesox, leading from start to finish. 1-0 Wenatchee. Inskeep bats here from the right side. Pippins looking for that third and final out. Pitch. A changeup down low for a ball, 1-0. And the pitching has been the strength of the Pippins team this year, but a lot of home runs given up, most in the league, in fact. Fastball down and away, 2-0. Inskeep 0 for 7 this season. 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game when he was playing first base. And he hits this one high in the air. First base side, foul ground. Cipriano over behind the first base coach's box. Reaches up and puts it away for the third out. But a solo home run from Ryan Altenberger gives Wenatchee a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins Baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins Baseball will make your summer memorable.
1-0 Wenatchee with an early lead over the Pippins as we go to the bottom of the first inning. A solo home run from Ryan Altenberger, the first of the season for the middle infielder, but the fifth already given up by the Pippins, the most home runs allowed by a staff in the West Coast League. And it'll be up to the offense to get some runs going against Trent Sellers, a 6'1", 176-pound native of Kennewick, Washington. Rising sophomore at Washington State in Pullman, making his first appearance on the mound for Wenatchee this season, although he has played several games as the designated hitter. And he faces Christian Padilla, Zach Liu, and Daniel Cipriano here in the bottom of the first. Already staked to a 1-0 lead. First offering to Padilla. Right-handed hitter takes a fastball below the knees for ball one. Christian yesterday in his Pippins debut, 2 for 5 with a double. Scored 3 runs. Sellers delivers, and a fastball misses down and away for ball 2. He works off the third base side of the rubber with the corners playing in. Brett Gillis at third in particular in on the grass, and Padilla hits this one foul down the first base line and into right field. But in foul ground, the count 2-1. Sellers made 16 relief appearances for Washington State this spring, 0-1 record with a 6.60 ERA. 15 innings of work, he struck out 13, walked 18. Opponents hit 246 off of him, and he fires a pitch sliced down the first baseline and just past the Wenatchee dugout to move the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. On Christian Padilla, a right-handed hitting right fielder. Sellers shakes off a couple of signs. Now leans back and fires the 2-2 and gets Padilla to lace this one down the right field line, but well foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pippins already trail by a run. Ryan Altenberger with a solo home run in the bottom of the first inning to give Wenatchee their first lead of the series. Another 2-2. Padilla takes a curveball way high, eye level. And the count moves to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Get a look at the defense behind Trent Sellers in a moment. Here's a payoff pitch. Padilla takes down below the knees, ball 4, and he works a 7-pitch leadoff walk. The Pippins have their first base runner of the ballgame. Left to right in the outfield for Wenatchee, Johnny Sage, Johnny Graham, and Tyler Detloff. Brett Gillis is at third. Ryan Altenberger, the shortstop. Cody Colden is the second baseman. Blake Klassen at first, and Zach Inskeep doing the catching for Trent Sellers. 1 on, nobody out. Pippins trail 1-0 here against Wenatchee in the bottom of the first, and the pitch to Zach Liu. Shows bunt, pulls back on a fastball outside, and the count 1-0. Third baseman Gillis is in on the grass about 2 steps, keeping an eye on any potential bunt from Liu. The Pippins already down a run. Marcus McKimmey content to try and manufacture the tying run. Klassen holds Padilla at first, who's got good speed. Here's a fastball high and in, the count 2-0. And you take a look at the college numbers for Trent Sellers, and you can tell that, like a lot of young right-handed pitchers, command is an issue. More walks than strikeouts, more than a walk per inning. Right-hander with a slight bend to the knees out of the stretch, fires and hits the knees with a fastball strike. Count 2-1 on Liu, who is 6 for 17 this season. Couple of doubles, and he's driven in 4. Pippins trail by a run, 1-0 bottom first. Padilla off of first. Liu with a wide open stance from the right side. 2-1 pitch, righty versus righty. And this one's hit right side through the 3-4 hole and into right field. Padilla gets a good jump. He'll head around second and get all the way to third. It's a single for Zach Liu, and the Pippins are in business. Runners on the corners, nobody out for Daniel Cipriano. And just like yesterday, when in the bottom of the first inning, the Pippins used Zach Liu and Christian Padilla to get some early runs. Today they've got both of them on, nobody out for Cipriano. 8 for 17 this season, a homer, 4 RBIs. 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. And the pitch from Sellers. Right-handed batter takes a curveball high and inside, 1-0. Pippins trail 1-0 bottom of the first, but they've got runners on first and third with nobody out. Big hole on the right side with Klassen holding on Lou at first. Pitch. Fastball, not. Dots the outside corner for strike one. Middle infield is set at double play depth. They would trade a run for 2 outs. Cipriano tied for second in the league in RBIs in the early goings with 4. He's got number 5 waiting at third base. Pitch from Sellers. That one's hit softly off to the left, 1-2. And also in the top 6 in the league in batting average, 8 for 17, equates to a .471 batting average. Sellers shakes off the first sign he gets from the backstop Inskeep, who was over at first base yesterday. Now sets and delivers a pitch, and that one's laced down the right field line, but foul. Cipriano reached across the plate to keep himself alive. Stays 1-2. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Pippins trail 1-0 bottom first as fans continue to stream into Yakima County Stadium. Here's the 1-2. There's a slider down and away, and it gets away from the catcher Inskeep. He had no idea where it went. It bounced in front of him. So Lou moves up to second, and now the double play no longer a possibility with a count 2 balls, 2 strikes. A wild pitch of Trent Sellers pushes 2 into scoring position. Nobody out for the Pippins. And now the go-ahead run at second base. Zach Lou with good speed could score on a single. First baseman Klassen comes in. Pitch. Taken for strike 3. At the letters. And that's the first out of the bottom of the first for Trent Sellers. Still 2 in scoring position, 1 out. Pippins down a run, and Henry Gargis hits from the left side. Gargis, the Yakima native, 0 for 4 yesterday in his season debut, but 3 times he hit the ball to the outfield. At least 2 of those were really hit well. But the wind kind of negated him last night. Pitch home. Taken at the letters for strike 1 with a fastball. Corners are in slightly. They backed up right at the pitch, but before the pitch, Klassen at first and Gillis at third were playing on the edge of the grass. Middle infield is playing deep with the shortstop Altenberger giving a long look at Lou, who leads off second. Padilla off third, 1 down. Base hit could give the Pippins the lead as Gargis takes another knee-high fastball strike. Not easy pitches to hit, but certainly strikes right at the knees. Sellers has spotted that fastball well. It's been the breaking ball that he has not thrown effectively for strikes in this first inning. 2 on, 1 out. Now the infield comes in with 2 strikes. Gargis, more than anybody, though, on this team, perhaps, loves to elevate the ball. Sellers readies, belt high with a black glove, and delivers a pitch. There's a breaking ball outside, 1-2. And if you're Trent Sellers, I don't know why you're throwing anything that's not a fastball right now. Spotting it well, getting swings and misses. Got ahead with it and then lost one with a breaking ball. Belt high set, the 1-2 pitch. Gargis takes a fastball down low, 2-2. That was close. Now the count evens on the soon-to-be graduate of Davis High School. It's kind of crazy here last night with West Valley High graduating, holding their graduation, I should say, at the Sun Dome right behind us at the same time that we played our season opener. There's a fastball in the dirt. Inskeep doesn't know where it went, did a full 360 before picking it up behind the lefty batter's box. And Gargis has worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2. With Padilla still at third, Lou at second, the infield in, 1 out, and the Pippins down 1-0. Sellers with the set. All 4 infielders on the grass. Pitch to Gargis. Down and in, ball 4. Wow, and Henry Gargis from 0-2 to drawing a 6-pitch walk The bases are loaded for Owen Cobb. Cobb had 3 hits yesterday, drove in a run. He's hitting 7 for 13 in the early goings this season. That's a .538 batting average, 5th best in the WCL, a homer, and he's driven in 4 runs. Pippins with the bases loaded, 1 out. Corners in a 1-0 Wenatchee lead. Pitch. Cobb takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Inskeep dropped the ball, but held on it long enough for a strike call, and it's 0-1. Cobb, just like Gargis at first base, a Stanford incoming freshman this coming fall. Sellers with the delivery. Pitch taken pretty much the same spot, maybe a little bit closer inside and a tad lower, and the count 1-1. Carl Ramsey behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Alex Salterio is in the field. The base umpire currently about halfway between the mound and second and 3 steps to the left of second. Pitch to Cobb on the outside corner for strike 2. Got him with a fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Owen Cobb. Hits from the right side. 6'2", 180 pounds, native of Seattle. Padilla at third, Lou at second, Gargis at first, 1 out. Pippins trail 1-0, bottom first. Right-hander Sellers gets the sign he likes. Inskeep sets up, middle of the plate with a glove set down low. Now the 1-2. There's a little blooper out towards shallow right center. Who's going to get there? Nobody, as the ball drops in shallow right center field. Picked up by Detloff. He has no throw. Padilla scores on a bloop single for Owen Cobb, and the Pippins have tied it up at 1. Just like yesterday. Couple of hits that are just blooping in to shallow right center field. Cobb with a single. Drives in his 5th run of the year. Padilla scores from third. Lou up to third. Gargis to second. And we're all knotted up at 1. Sellers now faces Tyler Pittman with the bases loaded, 1 out. And the first pitch to Pittman taken for a strike. Fastball at the knees, count 0-1. Righty versus righty. Sellers straightens up and delivers the 0-1. Pittman takes it high and in, skips off of Inskeep's glove. Lou trots in from third on the wild pitch, and the Pippins have a 2-1 lead. First lead of the ballgame for Yakima Valley after going down early. Cobb to second, Gargis to third, and now 2 in scoring position. The double play out of order. Still just 1 out, and the Pippins holding on to a 2-1 advantage. Pittman, a right-handed hitter. The infield comes in for the Applesox. All 4 on the grass. Righty Sellers comes set and fires the pitch. Pittman hits this through the hole on the right side of the infield. It goes into right field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Cobb hustling around third. The throw on 1 hop is a little too high. It's a 2-run single for Tyler Pittman, and the Pippins lead it 4-1 in the bottom of the first. One of the most fruitful innings of the season. And it all started with a couple of free passes. And now Tyler Pittman on first. Riley Gill bats with Pittman over at first and 1 away. And the drawn-in infield probably contributed to that 2-run single. With an infield back, you might have at least gotten 1. Righty versus righty. Riley Gill hits. Had the night off yesterday and takes a strike on the outside edge. Count 0-1. Pippins leading 4-1. We're in the bottom of the first. Tyler Pittman with a 2-run single. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Slider down and away, 1-1. Inskeep shuffled to his left to keep it in front of him, but nothing doing in that regard, with the ball getting away at least. There's the 1-1 pitch from Trent Sellers. That one's lined right up the middle, but the shortstop Altenberger has a play, steps on second for 1, and goes on to first for a 6-3 double play. The Pippins do get 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they don't leave anybody on base. At the end of 1, 4-1 Yakima Valley on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Being pregnant can make normal routines complicated. Lincoln Avenue Medical Dental Center is uniquely suited to help make life a little bit easier for all moms. Our care teams will help you with appointments, dental visits, nutrition counseling, and more. Our registered nurses can help follow up with you and your baby at home. Parenthood can sometimes make your life a little more complicated. We are here to help. Visit our Mother's Lounge at every Yakima Valley Pippins home game. We're located next to the box office. No one.
First pitch from Mark Finklenberg in the top of the second to Blake Klassen is rolled over to the right side where Tommy Davis comes up with it and fires on to first for the out. Pippins leading 4-1 here in the top of the second. It was a 4-run bottom of the first against Trent Sellers of the Applesox. Couple of walks, couple of softly hit singles. No ball really got that far into the outfield, but it did its job. The Pippins have staked Finklenberg out to a 3-run lead. Left-hander faces Brett Gillis, the third baseman, and a fastball hits the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. 3 for 7 on the season is Gillis. Tripled and scored yesterday. The pitch taken in the dirt with a fastball. 1-1. Pippins in that first got an RBI single from Owen Cobb, and then 2 runs came home off the bat of Tyler Pittman. 1-1, changeup. Good pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. And a wild pitch also brought home a run in that inning. They could have gotten more, but an in-inning double play for Yakima Valley. 1-2 from Finklenberg. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tip back into the glove on a high fastball. Second strikeout for the gangly left-hander. And the Pippins have 2 outs here in the top of the second. Brings up Quinn Ayers, the designated hitter. Right-handed batter who was not in the lineup yesterday for Wenatchee. After the Applesox mustered just 4 hits, Kyle Crustangel makes a couple of changes. Left-hand pitcher delivers and hits the outside corner with strike 1. 0-1 to Ayers. 1 for 8 on the season, a 6'3", 200-pound right-hand batter out of the University of Northern Colorado. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup on the outside corner. And the count is 0-2. Finklenberg working quickly and efficiently. Only mistake he's made today was a homer served up to Ryan Altenberger in the top of the first. 0-2. There's a swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball. A real quick and easy 1-2-3. Top of the second inning for Mark Finklenberg with a couple of strikeouts. And we go to the bottom half of the second inning with the Pippins leading 4-1 here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions. Or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Trent Sellers delivers, and the first pitch of the bottom of the second inning to Corey Siracusa is a ball in the dirt. 1-0. Pippins leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the second. Siracusa, Davis, and Padilla to hit for Yakima Valley. Pitch, slider down and away, and the count is 2-0. Siracusa back behind the plate tonight after getting a much-needed rest day yesterday. Had caught all four of the Pippins' first four games. Pitch to him. Taken just below the knees with a fastball. And the count 3-0 from Trent Sellers, whose command was a little spotty in the first. Walked a couple of players and a couple of wild pitches. 3-0 pitch. Siracusa takes in the dirt, and that's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the home half of the second inning. They'll bring up Tommy Davis, another guy who had the day off yesterday. 1 for 7 on the season with an RBI. Third baseman Gillis plays in here for Wenatchee. Slight lead off of first for Siracusa. Pippins lead 4-1, bottom second. Pitch taken down and in, 1-0. Sellers, to those of you who follow high school sports in the Valley and in the Tri-Cities relatively, probably have heard the name before. Kennewick High School grad, fires the 1-0, and there's a good bunt down the third base side. Sellers picks it up, only plays it first, and he fires a strike right on time to get the first out. Now, there may have been a play at second, but the reason there was no play there is because nobody was covering the base. Siracusa, with somebody covering the base, might have been out. But Sellers gave a quick look and recognized that nobody was covering the base, and it's a successful sacrifice for Tommy Davis. First sacrifice of the Pippins season, and it's back to the top of the order for Christian Padilla with 1 on and 1 out. Pippins lead 4-1. Right-hander looks to second, now sets and fires, and a fastball way high and away. Inskeep out of the crouch to keep that one from the third wild pitch of the night. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Christian Padilla in just his second game with the team. Third baseman Gillis is even with the bag, maybe a step forward at third. Here's the 1-0. That one's hit softly in fair territory on a check swing. Sellers grabs, jogs to his left, and fields it under, tosses underhand to first for the out. So what essentially serves as a swinging bunt and another sacrifice moves Siracusa up to third with 2 outs for for Zach Liu. Two outs, a runner at third for the Pippins. Here's the pitch. Liu hits this hard, left side, taken on a hop by the shortstop Altenberger. He sets, throws on to first, and the Pippins strand one here in the bottom of the second inning. We go to the third, with Yakima Valley leading Wenatchee 4-1 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
With stores in Yakima and Sela, Ray's Market Fresh IGA is your go-to place for all your grocery needs and more. From locally grown produce to top choice meats, deli, espresso, bakery, and a wide selection of beer and wine, Ray's has served the Yakima Valley for decades, providing the hometown touch. Shop Ray's Market Fresh.
Cody Colden leads off the top of the third for the Applesox. Wenatchee trailing the Pippins 4-1 as we move to the third. Mark Finklenberg with a quick and efficient second. Now back out for the third, and the first offering is taken just below the knees with a fastball for ball one. Colden, Graham, and Detloff, 8-9-1 for Wenatchee here in the third. Finklenberg with the 1-0 pitch, and that one's taken outside for ball two. 2-0 on Colden, a right-handed batter playing second base today for Wenatchee. Was not in the lineup yesterday. Finklenberg delivers, and there's a swing and a miss at a changeup, 2-1. And he was way out in front of that pitch. It dove off about a foot in front of him. And Colden behind it. And now he calls time. Finklenberg was already in his delivery. Time was never granted, but the pitch misses outside for ball three. Or was it? Nope, it was granted, so the count 2-1. Although a little late, and there's a fastball on the outside corner. 2-2, and Colden a little all over the place right now. Having some words with Carl Ramsey behind the plate, who's basically just pointing for him to get back in the box. Finklenberg with a 2-2. That one's lifted in the air, shallow left. The shortstop Cobb tracking back onto the outfield grass where he puts it away closer to the third base bag for the first out. 5 in a row set down by Mark Finklenberg after that first inning home run.
Now batting for the Applesox, second baseman, Johnny Graham.
Brings up Johnny Graham, the center fielder. Here's a pitch. Swing and a foul back into the glove. Count 0-1. Left-hander with the 0-1 pitch. That's taken outside for ball one. 1-1 with nobody on, one out. Pippins leading 4-1 in the third. Mark Finklenberg, the left-hander, delivers the 1-1 pitch. And there's a swing and a miss at a high fastball, 1-2. Johnny Graham out of the University of Northern Colorado, a Seattle native. Waits on a 1-2 pitch from Finklenberg. And that one's hit softly off of his foot and back out of play, 1-2. A couple of UNC Bears on this Wenatchee roster. Graham 3 for 8 this season with a homer that he hit on Wednesday against Victoria. 1-2 pitch taken in the dirt with a changeup, and Finklenberg does a full 360. A little frustrated with the location on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. That one's grounded towards third. Lou waits on it, and it goes right between his legs and into left field for a base hit. And so that's they're going to score an error, actually. So an error on Zach Lou at third. Graham reaches. And back to the top of the order for Tyler Detloff. Pippins leading 4-1. Lefty readies. And fires the 0-1. That one's popped back foul off to the right, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and the pitch from the left-hander skips in the dirt and gets away from Siracusa, and that allows Graham to get up to second, and the count moves to 1-1. On a wild pitch from Finklenberg, whose command had generally been good the first couple of innings. One and one, with a runner in scoring position for the Applesox for the first time. Pippins lead by 3 runs. Pitch fouled high and deep off to the right, 1-2. Tyler Detloff was a swinging strikeout to open up this contest. Wenatchee trailing 4-1. This one's grounded left side. Cobb to his right, gets to his knees, now gets up and throws wide of first. Another error for the Pippins. But Cipriano's got it, throws home on 1 hop, and Siracusa can't collect the ball. That allows Detloff to get to second. It has been an error-filled inning for the Pippins, and it's 4-2. Cipriano had a chance to nail the runner at home. And the ball skipped on 2 hops to Siracusa, and it just popped right out of his glove. And the Pippins couldn't really do anything from there. So a run comes in. We're waiting on the official scoring here, but probably an E6 and an advance on an E3. Lefty versus lefty. Johnny Sage bats. He's 0 for 1. Finklenberg delivers, and there's a ground ball right side. Charging in, Davis makes the glove hand scoop, throws on to first for the out. But Detloff does get up to third. And an error-filled inning here. There is an out, though. 2 away. Detloff reaches on what they score in E6. And then moved up on the E3. He's at third with 2 away for Ryan Altenberger, who hit a homer his last time up. And he checks his swing on a breaking pitch. Appeal down to the field umpire. He did not go. 1-0. So 4-2 the Pippins lead over Wenatchee here in the top of the third. Already 3 errors for the Pippins today. 1-0. That one's laced down the right field line, but well foul. 1-1. Left-hander Finklenberg with the set. Off the middle of the rubber. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball over the head of Altenberger, 2-1. Left-hand batter had to duck out of the way to avoid getting hit on the helmet. And now he sets. Size and fires a 2-1. That's down and in, 3-1. And the command escaping Mark Finklenberg here in the third. Luckily staked with a 4-2 lead so far in this game, so the Pippins have some cushion. Need to score some more runs to feel really comfortable, though, against Trent Sellers. 3-1. That's down and in, ball 4, he lost him. And runners on the corners for Zach Inskeep, who popped out his first time. Inskeep will hit from the right side. With runners on the corners, Pippins leading at 4-2. But this has been a sloppy inning for Yakima Valley. And Marcus McKinney, a rare visit to the mound to talk with Mark Finklenberg. Corey Siracusa, the catcher, seemed to signal something to him. Coach McKinney does not make mound visits, ever. It's always Coach Rob Hippie, which means they're either probably talking strategy. My other thought was it might have been injury, but they've been up there for a few seconds now and no sign of any injury. So it must mean they're talking some sort of strategy, because typically Rob Hippie, pitching coach for the Pippins, makes all mound visits. As home plate umpire Carl Ramsey now goes And wipes off the plate, and he'll go to the mound to break this visit up. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Pippins lead 4-2, top third. And this meeting's going to come to a close as Coach McKimmey jogs back into the third base dugout. And the right-handed batting Zach Inskeep steps back into the box. Pippins with runners on the corner, or excuse me, Applesox with runners on the corners, 2 down. Lefty's ready, and he fires. A pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Inskeep still without a hit so far this season for Wenatchee. Here is an 0-1 pitch from Finklenberg. He delivers, and that one's laced into shallow center. Tracking back Davis, the second baseman, makes the over-the-shoulder catch as he was headed backwards onto the outfield grass, and that ends the bottom of the third. This top of the third, excuse me. 1 run for Wenatchee, 3 errors, and 2 left on. No hits in that inning. They go to the bottom of the third. Pippins leading 4-2 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Missouri. Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Middle of the Pippins order here in the bottom of the third, starting with Daniel Cipriano, and the right-hand batter takes a curveball up high from Trent Sellers. 3-4-5 for the Pippins, ahead 4-2 here in the last of the third. Left side of the infield deep, first baseman Klassen playing a bit in, and that pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Cipriano, a fastball. And we had our very own Tony Pena behind the plate there with Zach Inskeep. He does it again. Pitch down and in, 3-0. The Tony Pena style. One leg, the right leg, flanked out entirely behind the lefty batter's box, and then sitting on his backside. How about that? 3-0. Fastball at the knees for strike 1, 3-1 Cipriano, who went down looking in his first plate appearance. Three-1. Cipriano chops it down the third base line, and it goes right underneath the glove of Gillis. And Cipriano reaches first, and the defensive woes for both teams continue. Pippins had 3 errors in the top of the third, one of which has since been changed to a hit, according to the scoreboard. So 2 errors, and that's an error on the third baseman, Brett Gillis, who tried to make the glove hand scoop. And instead, Cipriano reaches first for Henry Gargas. Left-hand batter, bats with the Pippins leading 4-2. Nobody out, 1 on. Pitch. Gargas hits it foul off to the right. Third baseman Gillis even with the bag at third. Klassen holds the runner at first. The middle infield, normal depth, double play positioning. And the outfield straightaway positioned a little bit to the left. Not a lot of wind today, certainly not as much as there was last night. Gargas big and physical from the left side, waits on the pitch from Trent Sellers. And takes a changeup, I think, a little high, 1-1. It was either that or a very slurvy breaking ball. Slight lead off of first for Cipriano. He is not a great runner. Pitch taken high and away, 2-1 with a fastball. Gargas still looking for his first Pippins hit, but he did reach base for the first time in a Yakima Valley uniform in his last at-bat when he walked. Here's the 2-1. Gargas pokes it foul back into the seats, and it ricochets off the top end of the bleachers. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Henry. Pippins leading 4-2. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning already. This game has gone by like a blur early in this season. Lots of quick games as right-hander Seth Kuykendall starts to toss in the bullpen for the Applesox. 2-2. That one's hit back to the screen, 2-2. Gargas will be with the team full-time in about a week or so, once Davis High School finishes their school year, graduation, and gosh, think about the schedule he's going through right now. Slight lead at first for Cipriano, being held by Klassen. Gargas chases a fastball high and away, hits it back to the screen to keep himself alive, 2-2. Today's a good day because it's Saturday. But next Wednesday, next Thursday, yesterday, it's school in the morning, Pippins at night. And Gargas is such a good kid, and he cares a lot about this team. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Went down swinging on a good breaking ball from Sellers. The second strikeout for Trent and one away for Owen Cobb. When we got back on Thursday night from Ridgefield, we got back at 2 in the morning, and Gargas was waiting at the field to help everybody get bags into the clubhouse, really just to say hello. He did not make the trip to Ridgefield. He didn't have to be there at 2 a.m. There's a broken bat liner down the third base line. And the first broken bat of the Pippins season off of Owen Cobb, who's been hitting bats so hard, you knew one was going to break eventually, but the ball is foul, and a new piece of lumber needed for Owen Cobb. 0-1 the count. Cipriano at first with one away. Pippins lead 4-2, bottom third. Speaks a lot about the type of person that Henry Gargas is, well regarded by anyone you talk to in the area, and you don't get to Stanford without good character. Third baseman Brett Gillis in on the grass, maybe a step behind it actually. Klassen still holding at first, double play depth the middle infield. Pitch. Cobb hits this one softly back over the mound. Second baseman charges in. Colden with a throw to first, and he is out. So Cobb essentially what functions as a swinging bunt. It just got over the head of the pitcher, Sellers. Cipriano hustles on to second, 2 away. Man in scoring position for Tyler Pittman. Pittman hits from the right side, a 2-run single in his first at-bat. That pushed the Pippins lead at that point to 4-1. Now it's 4-2. Left side of the infield a little bit in, and Pittman takes a fastball up high for ball 1. Pippins don't have anybody throwing in their bullpen. Mark Finklenberg's worked through 3 solid innings. Although it seems like Cam Liss is going to get a bunch of innings in relief as well, as Aiden Adams starts to walk down to the bullpen. 1-0 from the right-hander. Taken down and away for ball 2. Or for they put a strike on the scoreboard. I could have sworn I saw the umpire. Yep, and it was ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Carl Ramsey made the call, and it's quickly fixed up top. Corner's playing a little in, middle infield slightly back. 2-0 with 2 outs. Pitch. Fastball taken knee high for strike 1, 2-1. Good guys, Carl Ramsey and Alex Saltario. Our 2-man umpiring crew today here in the West Coast League. Cipriano off second. 2-1. Pittman with a chopper foul back behind the plate, 2-2. Pippins leading by a score of 4-2. We're in the bottom of the third. There's 2 outs, and Cipriano at second base. Righty versus righty, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. That one's hit down the right field line, but foul. And it stays 2 balls, 2 strikes against Trent Sellers, who may not be in this game much longer, with the pitch count already up over 60 here in the third with 2 outs. Another 2-2. Curveball high and in. That one you could tell was going to miss the minute it left his hand, 3-2. And that kind of makes what Joe McGreasy did last night so much more impressive. 2 over the minimum, 74 pitches to get through 5 innings. The way he was going, he had a chance. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I was going to say he had a chance of a complete game shutout under 100 pitches, but not many of those in the West Coast League. Pippins strand a man at second after an error. No hits. We're through 3. It's 4-2 Pippins on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today. What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
We go on to the 4th inning here in Yakima. The 4th inning brought to you by Les Schwab, set the standard for tire service more than 65 years ago, and they continue to go out of their way to keep you on your way. With 3 locations in Yakima and Sela, the dedicated professionals at Les Schwab provide useful advice and excellent service every day. At Les Schwab, doing the right thing matters. Pippins lead 4-2. First pitch to Blake Klassen, rolled over to the right side. Cipriano takes it. Underhand flip to Finklenberg. Did he step on the bag? He did. A 6'2 pitcher does not get that high flip from Cipriano, but Mark Finklenberg, being a legit 6'8", certainly helps, because all he had to do was barely stick his glove up on the high throw. Tapped on the bag. He's got some speed for a big guy. 1 out. It'll bring up Brett Gillis, who struck out swinging back in the 2nd. This part of the order was no trouble for Finklenberg in that 2nd, and he misses down and in the dirt here with a fastball, 1-0. Gangly left-hander, no other way to put it. But a real nice guy. Had a little chat with him before the game. Super friendly. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Going to be a 5th-year senior at Loyola Marymount this coming fall. Missed his true sophomore season in 2017 with an injury that kept him out the whole year. Had a surgery. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2. Nobody on. 1 out for Wenatchee here. Top 4. Pippins leading at 4-2. And one interesting note about Finklenberg, as he fires a 1-2 pitch and misses high and away with a fastball, is he was a really good water polo player in high school. Growing up in Portland, went to Westview High School. And he wasn't always this tall either. 2-2. Taken in the dirt, 3-2. When he was in high school, he was only 6'3", which is still tall, but it's not 6'8". Left-hander fires a 3-2 pitch, and Gillis takes outside, ball 4. Second walk surrendered by Mark Finklenberg. And there's a man on here with 1 out for Wenatchee. Sorry, the first walk, because the walk to Ryan Altenberger back in the 3rd, I guess that final pitch hit him, so they officially gave him a hit-by-pitch on that. So now Quinn Ayers, bats with 1 on, 1 out as left-hander Cameron Liss starts to loosen in the Pippins bullpen. Finklenberg delivers, and there's a high pop fly. Foul territory, first base side, Cipriano watching, but that one lands in the 5th row of the seats, and a fan unable to make a bare hand snag. Count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch from the left-hander. Swing and a miss, strike 2 with a high fastball. Count no balls, 2 strikes. Pippins lead 4-2. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Runner on first with 1 out for Wenatchee. Finklenberg looking for his 4th strikeout. Pitch. Skips in the dirt, gets away from Siracusa, which allows the runner Gillis to take second and nearly third. So already the 3rd wild pitch of this game from Mark Finklenberg. Command has evaded him a little bit, but he's been mostly good. One and 2. Left-hander looks to second and delivers. There's a pop fly, foul back out of play atop the press box. Stays 1 ball, 2 strikes from Finklenberg. And when you look at the college stats, over 3 years in college, 35 walks, 35 strikeouts. Good stuff when he throws it for strikes. And no, he didn't play basketball. To my knowledge, at least. 1-2. Change up, strike 3 at the knees. Heck of a pitch from Mark Finklenberg. Easily the best pitch he's thrown tonight. Backwards K for Quinn Ayers. And there's 2 down here at the top of the 4th. That brings up Cody Colden, and this might be the last batter for Finklenberg with Cam Liss tossing in the bullpen down the 3rd base line. Mark sets, turns and looks to second, and delivers. And that one's hit to deep left field, way back towards the wall. Gill racing back, and that one lands off the bottom of the wall. 1 run comes in to score, and it's an RBI double for Brett Gillis to make it 4-3 Pippins. That was one of the best hit balls we've seen all series. Cody Colden absolutely drilling a ball to deep left. And now the tying run is at second base for Wenatchee with Johnny Graham coming to the plate. Graham bats from the right side, reached on an error his first time. The pitch, taken down and in, 1-0. And a little disappointing after that great strikeout to finish off Quinn Ayers. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Pippins lead by a run, 4-3. Taken outside, 2-0. Corey Siracusa jumped out of the crouch to reach over and snag that one. And as long as Finklenberg can get through this, Pippins will have a chance. The 2-0 from the left-hander. He fires. And that one's dribbled back foul, 2-1. Mark's dad, Carl, played football at Washington State. 22-year-old lefty from Portland. The hope was originally he could join the team in Ridgefield and pitch, but Loyola Marymount played too deep in the regionals. There's a changeup that gets through the legs of Siracusa. Now he comes up with it, throws down to third, tag applied. Safe. So a pitch that didn't get too far away from Siracusa, but Cody Colden took third, and now a 3-1 count to from Finklenberg to Johnny Graham. And this is certainly more than likely to be his last batter, with Liss really ramping up his throwing down there in left. Bullpen's on the field here at County Stadium. Left-hander sets. 3-1 coming here to Graham. He takes it down and away, ball 4. He walked him, the 2nd walk of the inning. Runners on the corners for the Applesox with 2 outs. And back to the top of the order for Tyler Detloff, who singled his last time up. And Rob Hippie out of the Pippins dugout. And even though this is only his first time coming to the mound this inning, it appears that will be it for Mark Finklenberg, who had a valiant effort in his first appearance as a Pippin, but leaves with 2 on and 2 out. Cam Liss coming in relief. Here in the fourth, we'll take a break on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Cameron Liss onto the mound to make his first appearance of the season for the Pippins. A 6-foot-tall, 175-pound left-hander out of Spokane Falls Community College, native of Spokane, making his first appearance of the season. And seems like the Pippins really wanted to start him in the 5th inning, but with Mark Finklenberg starting to lose his command a little bit, and the tying run at third base, the Pippins have a big opportunity here to get out of this inning, but the Applesox likewise a big opportunity to even grab the lead. Tyler Detloff at the plate. He has singled and struck out. 1 for 2 today. Colden at third, Graham at first. Pitch from Liss. Taken in the dirt with a changeup, 1-0. And the last thing the Pippins need right now, they have not had a lot of issues with throwing strikes this year, but right now, some inconsistencies on the mound in that regard. Liss made 11 appearances for Spokane Falls in the spring, 10 starts, went 6-2 with a 2.08 ERA, 66 strikeouts, 22 walks, 56 in the 3rd innings, a good throw to first. But Johnny Graham back in there safely, a daring one too, with the tying run at third. Liss ready, set just below the belt. Gives a couple looks to first and fires the pitch, which is hit high in the air, curling off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. It was a second-team all Northwest Athletic Conference East Region selection this year as a freshman, Cam Liss. 1 more year at Spokane Falls. Left-hander delivers the 1-1. Outside and high with a fastball, 2-1. Comes from a low 3/4 arm slot. And trying to get the Pippins out of a big jam here. 2 on, 2 out. 4-3 Yakima Valley leading top of the 4th. Here's the 2-1. That one's hit in the air, right center field. Padilla, the right fielder, jogs back on it. Now over to his left and puts it away in fairly deep right field to end the Wenatchee threat. But 1 run comes in on 1 hit. No errors. Runners left stranded at the corners. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Yakima. Pippins leading 4-3 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins Baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins Baseball will make your summer memorable.
Riley Gill leads off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Pippins and takes a fastball up and outside for ball one. 1-0 to Gill. Pippins leading 4-3, bottom four. The pitch. And the right-hand batter takes on the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 to be followed by Corey Siracusa and Tommy Davis here in this bottom fourth. Pippins ahead just one run. Wenatchee keeps chipping away as Gill hits this one foul off to the right. He is 0 for 1 today. Riley Gill grounded into a double play back to end the first, an inning in which the Pippins scored 4 runs. They haven't had a hit since. 1-2 from Sellers. First time called, though, before he could deliver the pitch. And Zach Inskeep, the catcher, on a pitch that would have been called strike 3 if time hadn't been granted, and Kyle Crustangel is upset that it wasn't granted. He did the fake umpire motion, ringing him up for strike 3. Kyle Crustangel can't believe that that wasn't an actual strike 3. Sellers with a 1-2. High and in, and it hit Gill. He's down to first. Hit him on his elbow guard, and the Pippins have a leadoff base runner for the third time in 4 innings. Going to bring up Corey Siracusa, who was such base runner back in the second inning when he drew a 4-pitch walk against Sellers. Seth Kuykendall continuing to toss in the bullpen for Wenatchee down the first base line, a Yakima Valley College Yak himself. Gillis in at third. Klassen holds it first, and this one hit high down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone, but it's foul. And Corey Siracusa about 10 feet away from a home run, but pretty clear that one was going to go foul. Well, in the exhibition game last Sunday, Siracusa showed some legitimate pop. Hit a couple of balls really hard out to left center and out to right center, but without a hit in the regular season. Sellers with the 0-1. That one's outside with a fastball, 1-1. Hawaii native. Only the third Hawaiian player in Pippins history. One of them being last year when Tanner Inouye pitched for the Pippins. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Siracusa with a slight lead off of first for the speedy Gill. Curveball at the belt for strike 2. Siracusa took a red shirt this year with Cal State Fullerton, mostly because there were 2 really good catchers in front of him, one of whom, Daniel Cope, a former Pippin, recently drafted, and the other was Cameron Guangarena, one of the biggest recruits in Cal State Fullerton's recruiting class, who was drafted out of high school. There's a breaking ball high and in, 2-2 by the Toronto Blue Jays. So when you've got those 2 guys, Siracusa was kind of the odd man out. And now he's here getting valuable reps both behind the plate and at the plate. Still looking for that first hit, the 2-2. And there it is as he lines it. No! Stolen away by Altenberger, the shortstop. Throws on to first. Not in time, though. Gill gets back. And unfortunate for Corey Siracusa, he rips a ball right up the middle, but Altenberger, playing closer to the bag, able to step right to it and retire him for the first out. And it'll bring up Tommy Davis, who is 0 for 0. Doesn't have a plate appearance today. Sacrifice in his first trip. Gillis in on the grass at third. Klassen holds Gill at first. Middle infield, double play depth. Outfield straightaway, normal depth. Sellers out of the stretch. There's a bouncing ball past Sellers' glove, picked up by Altenberger. Backside flip to second for 1, but they don't get the out at first. It was a no-look behind the back flip by Altenberger to get the lead runner. So Davis grounds into a fielder's choice. And 2 outs for the top of the order in Christian Padilla. Very smooth with the glove at shortstop Brian Altenberger. Yesterday's shortstop Cody Darcy not in the lineup. Pippins 4, Applesox 3, bottom 4. Runner off of first in Tommy Davis. And the pitch to Padilla. Hit back to the screen, 0-1. Padilla 0 for 1 today with a walk and a ground out towards first. Right-hander readies. And the 0-1. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Have to imagine with the way Kuykendall's been throwing in the bullpen and with Sellers' pitch count encroaching 80 that he will be done after the 4th. Nobody in the Pippins bullpen. Cam Liss is going to get a chance to pitch a few more frames out of the pen, try to hold on to a 1-run lead. 1-1 pitch. Fastball down and away, 2-1. Well, the Pippins could use as much insurance as possible. The bullpen's been real good, and some new additions over the last couple days, and continuing to come in the next couple of weeks. Right-hander nods, comes home with a 2-1. Hit back to the screen by Padilla, 2-2. Runner on first, 2 down for the Pippins. 4-3, Applesox trailing Yakima Valley here in the bottom of the 4th. Slight lead off of first for Davis, who is a good runner. And now the pitch from the right-hander Sellers. Breaking ball, just inside, ball 3. Man, the infield for the Applesox started trotting off. Here's the 3-2 with 2 outs. Davis will be off with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him off his back foot with a good fastball. And that ends the threat for the Pippins in the bottom of the 4th. We go to the 5th inning. 4-3 Yakima Valley on top here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Your Yakima Valley Pippins. Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley, your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
Oh boy, first pitch at the top of the 5th from Cam Liss to Johnny Sage. Hit deep to right, but Padilla on the warning track camps under it and makes the out on a ball that looked out of here on the bat. Instead, Sage flies out to deep right for the first out, and it'll bring up Ryan Altenberger, who has left the yard today with a home run back in the 1st and a walk in the 3rd. Altenberger hits from the left side. 4-3 Pippins lead, top 5. Pitch from Liss. Left-hander rocks and deals. And a breaking ball that missed down and away. One with a slider, 1-0. Altenberger, a native of Morton, Illinois, suburb of Peoria, one of the larger cities in central Illinois. Here's the 1-0 to him. And that one comes down low, 2-0. A lot of Midwest flavor on this Wenatchee team. Johnny Sage, who just flied out, goes to Purdue. The 2-0. And that one's on the outside corner for a strike with a fastball, 2-1. Altenberger's dad played baseball at Purdue, actually. He hits this one softly towards second. Davis leaps and makes the catch on the edge of the outfield grass for the second out. They'll bring up Zach Inskeep, who is not a Midwesterner. A former Washington State Cougar, though. Played at his third school in 3 years this spring with Marshall. Pippins lead 4-3, top 5. And the right-handed hitting Inskeep bats here from the right side. Wide open stance. And he takes a changeup outside for ball 1. Inskeep's popped out to third and to second in 2 trips today. Still looking for his first hit of the summer. 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 1. 1-1 here from Liss to Inskeep. Stocky, 6 foot tall, 215-pounder. Liss with the 1-1. That one's grounded, left side. Cobb over to his left, picks it up, and just left of the bag at second, throws on to first. And it's a real simple, clean 1-2-3, top of the 5th for Cam Liss. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning here in Yakima. 4-3 Pippins lead on the Nathan's famous broadcast network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Sela. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Sela. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
New pitcher for the Applesox as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's the right-hander out of Yakima Valley College, Seth Kuykendall. 6'3" sophomore out of Spokane, Washington. Went to Gonzaga Prep High School in Spokane. Replaces Trent Sellers, who went 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned on 3 walks, and he struck out 4. And Kuykendall will face the 2-3-4 part of the Pippins order here in the 5th, with the Pippins leading by a run. Zach Liu, Daniel Cipriano, and Henry Gargis. Lou hits from the right side, working on a 1-for-2 day with a single and a ground out to third. Right-hander Kuykendall works off the first base side of the rubber and delivers a curveball for a strike at the knees, 0-1. One of the top starters for YVC this spring, where he plays under Applesox head coach Kyle Crustangel. 0-1 pitch. Down and in, 1-1. Very unique delivery for Seth Kuykendall. He's got really long limbs, and he stretches out considerably when he delivers and also holds a very long pause. Lou pops up the 1-1 high, foul out of play, 1-2. Sometimes he holds the pause longer than others, but it's really right as he's coming towards the plate, he'll just pause, differing lengths. Something that's becoming pretty common. I'm not going to say common, but more commonplace than it used to be amongst amateur pitchers. Here's the 1-2. There's a very long pause, and that one's laced towards third. In foul ground, Gillis picks it up Ball 2. Ethan Small, a left-handed pitcher out of Mississippi State. If you've never seen what Ethan Small does, try and go find it on YouTube or something. He has so many ways that he varies with his timing to the plate, and it's led to him being one of the best pitchers in the country this year in Mississippi State. Been absolutely dominant, and went from a guy who had an ERA of 13 as a freshman to a second-round draft pick. 1-2. Lou hits this one high in the air, not very deep. And the shortstop Altenberger calls everybody off on the infield dirt. A few steps to the left of second. He makes the glove side shoulder high grab for the first out. That'll bring up Daniel Cipriano. Pippins still leading 4-3, bottom 5. We'll have our This Date in Baseball History fact coming up in the 6th inning, where we'll take it all the way back to 1989. Appreciate you all tuning in. Let me know where you're listening. Send me a tweet at Pippins Baseball, or you can send it to my personal account at Miles Klotz, MilesKlotz. Would love to hear from you. Or at our Pippins Baseball account. Let us know where you're listening from. 4-3 Pippins lead, bottom 5. One out, nobody on. Daniel Cipriano hits from the right side. Kuykendall delivers. And a curveball dots the outside corner for strike 1. Pippins don't have a hit since that 4-run first. Cipriano waits on the 0-1 and dribbles it softly down the first base line. Thankfully, that one rolled foul. If it didn't, Cipriano would have been out by a mile. No balls, 2 strikes on the big burly right-handed batter from Agora Hills, California. Started his career at Moore Park Junior College down in California, and then spent this fall semester at Division I, Cal State Northridge, and wasn't the right fit, so he made the move to Montana State Billings at the semester break. And given how difficult it is to transition into a program mid-semester, the fact that he won the Triple Crown was fantastic and amazing. Pitch down and away, 1-2 with a fastball. He came into a program, he did not play much of the first couple weeks of the season because he came into a program that had already well-defined its roles in the fall, which he wasn't there for. Quick pitch, and Kuykendall is wild with a fastball down low, 2-2. And so the fact that he was in the program for a month and a half before the season started, and then went out and won the Triple Crown, testament to his ability. Bases empty, 1 away, the 2-2. Cipriano hits a hard liner down the third base line, but foul. It skips into the lefty's bar down the third base line. 2-2 the count. Pippins lead 5-4, bottom 5. 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Two. Breaking ball, hit on the ground towards third, and right underneath Altenberger's glove. He tried to make the glove side scoop, the second error of the day for Wenatchee. And Cipriano, for the second time today, reaches on a fielding miscue. It'll bring up Henry Gargis with 1 on, 1 out. And they're actually going to score that a single. So Cipriano with his first hit. He has now hit in every game this season. Singled underneath the glove of the shortstop Altenberger and into left field. Righty versus lefty pitch to Gargis. That one's hit out to the gap, right center. Center fielder Graham comes on and puts it away for the second out. 2 down, and Owen Cobb coming to the plate. Pippins lead 4-3, bottom 5, 1 on, 2 out. And Cobb, who has an RBI single and has bounced down to the right side today, bats here with 2 down. Gillis is even with the bag at third. Klassen holds on Gargis at first. Kuykendall out of the stretch, fires in a curveball for strike 1. 0-1. Long golden blonde hair flowing out from underneath the blue cap for Kuykendall. Pitch inside, 1-1. I used to think I could grow hair like that. I still wish I could. Just not golden blonde. 1-1. Curveball high and away, 2-1. Sun starting to shine right towards first, where Daniel Cipriano and Blake Klassen both having to shield themselves a bit from the sun rays. Pitch. That one's grounded down the third baseline. Foul, 2-2. And maybe one of the benefits for Cipriano being over there at first right now is he's kind of used to it already since he plays there so often. Pippins haven't had anybody else play first this year. That may change in the coming weeks when Josh Hahn, who is really listed as a first baseman and a pitcher, comes, and maybe Cipriano gets some DH time or even some chances at third base perhaps, or in the outfield. 2-2. That one's hit out to right center field. Graham, the center fielder, over to his left, and he puts it away in the gap. And the inning comes to a close. Pippins strand a one-out single after 5. Pippins leading 4-3 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
We move to the 6th inning here at County Stadium. The 6th inning brought to you by the Yakima Herald-Republic, and yakimaherald.com are your best sources for local sports, news, entertainment, and lifestyle information from across Central Washington. Call 575-7755 to subscribe to a print or digital package. The Yakima Herald-Republic. They tell your stories. Cam Liss back out for his second full inning of work. He faces Blake Klassen to start the top of the 6th. The Pippins leading 4-3 and a breaking ball strike on the outside edge to get this at-bat underway. We owe you an out-of-town scoreboard update. I apologize. It's been some time. 0-1. That one's grounded up the middle. Davis to his right, the second baseman, keeps it in the infield, but he has no play. And on a tough ball hit right up the middle, it's an infield single for Klassen to put the tying run on base for Wenatchee here in the 6th. Ridgefield on top of Kelowna, 4-0, top of the 4th. Port Angeles 8, Bellingham 0. Bottom 6 in the Olympic Peninsula. Corvallis 10, Victoria 1, top of the 5th. The 3-time defending champs are back at it. Portland 3, Cowlitz 2, top of the 5th. Pitch to Brett Gillis is a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. And Walla Walla looking to stay perfect. 2-0, they lead Bend. Bottom 4th from Borleski Stadium. Here's the 0-1 pitch from the left-hander Liss. Fires, and a swing and a miss at a changeup, 0-2. Gillis has struck out and walked in 2 trips today. Cipriano, now clad with sunglasses at first, as the sun shines right onto him, holds the runner. A really slight lead for Klassen. Pitch down and away. Good stop by Siracusa. He has done a real nice job behind the plate today. Working with 2 guys that he's never worked with before, didn't even know before yesterday. They've really connected well. There's a swing and a miss. Got him with a high changeup. Not often you see that slow offering up and away, but he gets Gillis swinging. The first strikeout in a Pippins uniform for Cameron Liss. And there's one out here in the top of the 6th, and we will now take a look at our This Date in Baseball History fact after the first pitch to Quinn Ayers. Going back to 1989, June 8th. Slight lead off of first for Klassen. Ayers 0 for 2 strikes against Finklenberg. His first time here facing Cam Liss, the left-hander, who works third base side of the rubber. Couple looks at first, now fires. And a fastball high and away, ball 1. This day in 1989, the Pittsburgh Pirates took a 10-0 lead in Philadelphia against the Phillies, sent 16 men to the plate in the first inning, and Jim Rooker, the Pirates color announcer, jokes that in the first inning, if the Pirates lose, he'll walk back to Pittsburgh. Throw to first. And as a wise man once said, you should never say things like that on air. That was me that said that. Because the Phillies ended up winning that game 15-11. Beating the Pirates after going down 10-0 in the first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball in the outside corner, 1-1. So, true to his word, that offseason, Rooker organized a charity walk to walk the 300 miles across the state of Pennsylvania from the west side, from the east side, Philadelphia, to the west side, Pittsburgh. And they raised money for a children's hospital in the process. Change up and away, 2-1. So, turned from a funny story to a feel-good story, as it all ended up being for a good cause in the end. June 8th, 1989. 2-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 2, 2-2. Pippins lead 4-3. We're in the top of the 6th inning here in Yakima. Wenatchee has the tying run at first in Blake Klassen with 1 out. Liss leans in, shakes off a couple of signs. Middle infield double play depth. Outfield straight away, fairly deep. 2-2. Breaking ball hammered down the third baseline, foul. Cody Colden, who absolutely destroyed a baseball for a long double off the base of the wall in his last at-bat, is waiting on deck for Wenatchee. And he should, barring a ground ball double play, get a chance to tie this game again. Ayers waits on another 2-strike offering. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees with a fastball. Ayers didn't like the call. That's the hat trick, his 3rd strikeout of the day. And 2 outs for Wenatchee in the top of the 6th. Second strikeout for Cam Liss, back-to-back in this inning. Now Cody Colden faces him. 2 out, 1 on. Pitch to Colden. Right-hand batter takes a changeup just outside for ball 1. RBI double his last time has also popped out to short. 4-3, Pippins lead, top 6. Just past the 8 o'clock hour here, Pacific time. 1-0 from Liss. High and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Pippins wrap up the series tomorrow, 6:05 first pitch. 5:50 will be on the air here at pippinsbaseball.com/live. 2-0. Fastball outside, 3-0. And Liss in danger of walking Colden with a 9-hitter Johnny Graham on deck. Pippins will send Dylan Barkley to the mound for his 2nd start of the summer. Left-hander faces against Keegan Romig of the Applesox. 3-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees for a strike, 3-1. And then 2 days off. Monday and Tuesday off. Victoria in town Wednesday, Thursday for a 2-game set. And then the Pippins are off to Bellingham for a weekend series Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3-1 pitch. Fastball up high, ball 4. And Liss, with his first walk in a Pippins uniform, brings up Johnny Graham with the tying run at first, the go-ahead run at second for Wenatchee. 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Pippins leading 4-3. Graham has reached on an error and walked in 2 trips, 0 for 1. Left-hander versus right-hander. Graham with an even stance. Up to the front of the righty batter's box. Here's the pitch. Taken on the outside corner. Just missed for a ball. 1-0. Siracusa with a real good frame job. Doesn't get the call. 1-0. Pippins pitching has walked 3 today. Pitch. That's popped up. Foul out of play. Count 1-1. Those 3 walks are the 2nd most in a game this year. Only time they walked more was the 2nd game of the season when they walked 5. 1-1. Grounded, 3rd base side, just foul. Zach Liu gave it a look, and luckily that one rolled foul. If it didn't, that would have been extra bases and at least tied this game, possibly given Wenatchee the lead. Pippins ahead 4-3, 2 on, 2 out, top 6. Pippins really needs some offense, just 1 hit since the first. And it was an infield single for Daniel Cipriano. Liss out of the stretch, looks to second, and delivers. Little dribbler off of Graham's foot. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Then after that series in Bellingham, Pippins return home for a long home stretch. They'll have 7 straight at home. 3 against Kelowna, 1 against Victoria, 3 against Corvallis. 1-2, hit in the air, out to deep left. Gill racing back to his right, has room, and puts it away. 10 steps shy of the warning track in deep left field. And the Applesox strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Pippins ahead 4-3 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Pippins lead 4-3, headed to the bottom of the 6th, and it'll be Tyler Pittman, Riley Gill, Corey Siracusa to face a new arm for Wenatchee, the side-arming right-hander Cameron Summer, making his 2nd appearance of the season. Pitched on Wednesday against Victoria, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 5 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts over 2 2/3 innings of work. The right-hander, native of Puyallup, Washington, 6'2", 190 pounds. And as we wait on home plate umpire Carl Ramsey calling out a couple signs to the third base dugout, here is the pitch from the right-hander. He delivers. And a new look, sidearm delivery. Drops in a sinker for a strike, 0-1. Pittman with an RBI single back in the 1st is also struck out. 1-4-2. Pippins lead 4-3. Third baseman Gillis in on the grass pitch. Tyler takes another sinker on the outside corner, 0-2. Summer, another Boise State Bronco. He'll head and play for Boise State starting in the fall. So Trent Sellers started this game. Seth Kuykendall a scoreless inning of relief. And now the right-hander kicks some dirt away as Carl Ramsey walks out to instruct a couple things. And Pittman digs back in from the right side. Slightly open stance. Belt tie set for Summer. Side armor fires. And a breaking ball comes too far inside, 1-2. Be his 3rd school. Spent time at the junior college ranks, Clark College in Vancouver, Washington, and then a year at the Division I ranks, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. That's a slider down and away, 2-2, about as far away as Puyallup as you can get in Brownsville, Texas. Made 7 appearances this in 2018 and decided to transfer. 2-2. Swing and a miss on a low fastball. Strike 3. Pittman down swinging. And the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Pippin's still ahead by a run. It'll bring up Riley Gill, who's 0 for 1. And relatively, the Pippins have done a better job this series of striking out less. A season-low 8 punch-outs at the plate yesterday. That was just the 5th of the game for the Pips. Gill bats from the right side. He is 0 for 1. Pitch from Summer. That was laced out toward right field. Detloff over to his left. Drops in for a base hit. Gill around first. He'll hold up with a high single. His first hit of the ball game. And 1 on, 1 out for the Pippins, looking to add some runs. Corey Siracusa comes to the plate. Marcus McKimmey calls out the signs from the third base coaching box, now clad with a gray Pippins sweatshirt. Summer, the right-hander, waits for Syracuse to get into the box. Runner on first, one down. Pippins ahead by a run, bottom 6. Middle infield double play depth pitch. Syracuse takes a strike on the outside corner with a sinker, 0-1. Corey with a walk and a line out in 2 trips to the plate today. Third baseman Gillis parallel with the bag, shielding against a potential bunt with 1 out. Right-hander with the 0-1 pitch. Down and away with a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Summer went to Emerald Ridge High School in Puyallup. One of a number of Broncos from Boise State on this Wenatchee roster. We saw one yesterday start. Gavin Garrell, a left-hander. Gill takes off, the 1-1 pitch, slider outside, throw skips on 1 hop. Gill is safe and the ball gets away. But with a runner Gillis holding at third, Gill will hold right there. His 2nd stolen base of the year. 2nd in as many nights. And a 2-1 count. The Pippins now have a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Double play, bunt, now both taken out of the equation, and fairly sure Syracuse will have the green light to swing away here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Right-hander loosens up. The bell tie set. And a 2-1 pitch on the way. That one's hit into right field for a base hit, the first of the year for Corey Syracuse. Gill around third. Detloff comes up throwing, and Gill will wisely hold up as the throw comes in on 1 hop just to the right of the plate. Corey Syracuse with his first base hit of the summer. Pippins have runners on the corners, 1 out for Tommy Davis. And now Tyler Vondrasek, the pitching coach for Wenatchee, heads out to the mound to have a chat with the right-hander Cameron Summer. Pippins lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on the corners with 1 out as we take a look at some scores from around the West Coast League. Ridgefield still on top of Kelowna by a score of 4-0. That game in the 5th. Port Angeles 8, Bellingham 0 in the top of the 7th. Corvallis 11, Victoria 1, bottom 5. Portland 3, Cowlitz 2, bottom 5. Walla Walla 5, Bend nothing in the bottom of the 4th. The Sweets looking to improve to 5-0 on the year. And man, it's looking like perhaps the 2 best teams in the West Coast League, the Sweets and the Pippins, and they don't play until the very last week of the regular season. Tommy Davis will dig in from the right side here. He has sacrificed and grounded into a fielder's choice today. Middle infield double play depth. Gillis in on the grass at third. Big hole on the right side as Klassen holds on Syracuse. Gill off of third. Pippins looking to add some insurance here for Cameron List, the left-hander, who's been rock solid out of the pen. Summer, the right-hander in this righty versus righty matchup, delivers the pitch, and it's taken outside with a slider, 1-0. Marcus McKimmey gives the signs down the third base line. Tommy Davis, long black undershirt, peeking out from underneath the Pippin green jersey. Carl Ramsey now calling out towards the right field line. They need some of the Wenatchee bullpen arms to get out of the field of play, and there was a ball in the field of play as well. So they now exit as another right-hander starts to loosen for Wenatchee. 2 of them, in fact. It's Logan Chase getting loose. 1-0 pitch from Summer. That one's lined out toward left field. Sage coming on. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Gill in to score from third. It's an RBI single for Tommy Davis. And the Pippins lead it 5-3 on a ball that Sage appeared to have lost in the lights. As he was coming on very leisurely, and then it dropped about 5 feet in front of him. RBI single for Tommy Davis. Corey Syracuse up to second. Pippins lead 5-3. And now to the top of the order to try and do some damage, Christian Padilla. Earned run charge to Cameron Summer out of the Wenatchee bullpen. Here's a pitch. Slider taken down and away, 1-0. Padilla has walked, grounded out, and struck out, 0 for 2. The right-handed batter waits out of the box now, getting the signs from Coach McKimmey. Pippins with a run across this inning, lead 5-3. 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Wenatchee 3 runs on 4 hits and an error. Neither runner being held, both with sizable leads, and this pitch sliced foul off to the right. 1-1 on Christian Padilla. Facing his future teammate at Boise State, Cameron Summer. Probably won't be the last time they face each other. Intra-squads in the fall, they'll probably face each other so much they'll get sick of each other. 1-1 pitch, turn and a throw to second, and the throw gets away from Colden. They had him picked off at second. Instead, Siracusa gets to third. Davis gets to second. They would have had Corey out, but the throw was well to the right of the second base bag. Cody Colden couldn't corral it. And the second error of the day for Wenatchee, that one on the pitcher. And now 2 in scoring position, still just 1 out, and the Pippins leading 5-3. This has been a day of sloppy defense on both sides. And now the infield comes in with 1 away. Padilla still ahead in the count, count even 1-1. Pitch to him. Padilla lines it over the head of Colden at second, into center field for a base hit. Siracusa scores. Davis held at third. It's an RBI single for Christian Padilla. And then the ball gets away from the catcher, Inskeep, as they tried to throw it home. Davis scores. Padilla's going to head all the way to third, and he slides in feet first safely. And the Pippins lead 7-3 with a runner at third and 1 out. And that will likely do it for Cameron Summer as Kyle Crustangel out of the Wenatchee dugout. And a new arm coming in for Wenatchee. Summer gets 1 out, gives up 3 runs, and we'll take a break here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network. Pippins leads.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or 2. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
It's from Cascade Natural Gas.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
New pitcher into the game for Wenatchee. 4 runs already across this inning. 3 runs across this inning for the Pippins, and another waiting at third in Christian Padilla. And Cameron Summer can't get out of the inning, so Logan Chase comes in, a 6-foot-tall, 180-pound junior out of Tumwater, Washington, in the Olympia area. Just finished up his sophomore year at YVC, making 18 appearances and posting a 4.46 ERA. And he will head to the University of Northern Colorado in the fall. And he comes in with a runner at third, Christian Padilla, after a litany of errors and singles. 4 consecutive singles, 2 errors over the last 2 batters, and 3 runs scored. Only 2 of them earned on Summer. And the runner at third is Summer's responsibility. Allows 4 hits, third of an inning, gets 1 out. Infield in for Zach Liu, who's 1 for 3, and he chops this one foul off the plate, 0-1. Pippins leading 7-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Padilla off of third. He is credited with just 1 RBI on that single since Davis came in on the error from the center fielder, Johnny Graham. And this one's lined right center field. Detloff comes on. It lands in right center field for a base hit. RBI single for Zach Liu. Christian Padilla comes home from third, and it's 8-3, the Pippins lead. Second hit of the day for Zach Liu. And the Pippins offense has broken out in a big way. Still just one out. And Daniel Cipriano comes to the plate. That run, by the way, unearned to Cameron Summer. Only one earned run in this inning. Righty versus righty. Logan Chase sets and delivers. And Cipriano takes a slider that bounces away from Inskeep. He has no idea where the ball is. Lou gets to second, takes a big turnaround second, and thought about third, but holds up right there. And he reaches on what will likely go in as a passed ball. Now, the interesting thing is Summer, a couple of those runs are credited as unearned, even though the pitcher made the error. And I've always found that ruling interesting. Here's a look to second, and the pitch to Cipriano. Swings and misses at a breaking ball, and the count is 1-1. They scored that a wild pitch, by the way. Pippins leading 8-3. 4 runs across in this bottom of the 6th. The idea is that the reason that the runs are unearned, the 1-1, Cipriano swings and misses at a slider, 1-2, is because earned runs are supposed to talk about the pitching. Has not to do with the defense, and when the pitcher makes a fielding error, that should not be reflected in their earned runs. And that I understand, but still feel like when the pitcher makes an error, probably shouldn't be an unearned run. Slider down and away, 2-2, but that's how it's been, and ultimately when you want to separate the fielding from the pitching, you have to make those discretions. 8-3, Pippins lead, bottom 6. Lou at second, 1 out, 2 ball, 2 strike count to Daniel Cipriano, who is already 1 for 3 today. The pitch. Taken in the dirt, and that one rolls away from Inskeep, but this one in fair territory. So no advance for Lou, 3-2. This inning started rather inconspicuously, a strikeout of Tyler Pittman. Since then, it's been 5 consecutive singles to differing parts of the field. Right field, right, left, center, right center. 3-2 to Cipriano. Pitch from Chase. Lou takes off for third. This one's hit high in the air. Not very deep to left. Sage trots on, and the left fielder reaches up and makes the catch in shallow left for the second out. And with 2 away, that'll bring up Henry Gargis, who is 0 for 2. Righty versus lefty as Gargis bats. Pippins with a 4-run inning. They lead it 8-3. 8 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. Applesox with 3 runs, 4 hits, and 3 errors. Lou off of second. Chase gives him a look. And now delivers the pitch. And a swing and a miss on a high fastball, 0-1. Gargis has walked, struck out, and flied to center. Left-handed batter. Looking for that first hit in a Pippins uniform. Been a much more balanced effort today than yesterday when only 4 guys had base knocks. 0-1 to Gargis. That one's laced opposite way into left field. Drops in front of Sage, a base hit. Lou around third. He'll hold up there as the throw comes in from Sage on 1 hop to Brett Gillis, the third baseman. And there's the first Pippins hit for Henry Gargis. Runners on the corners. 2 down for the 9th man to hit this inning, Owen Cobb. 8-3 Pippins lead, a 4-run inning. They've got 10 hits on the day, and this is looking a lot like that win against Ridgefield on Wednesday. Kyle Crustangel out of the Applesox dugout, telling his outfielders Tyler Detloff in right, Johnny Graham in center to shift slightly to the right, so there's a huge gap in left center. Pitch to Cobb, hit high in the air, down the first base line, out of play. Third baseman Gillis is even with the bag over at third, keeping Lou honest. And the runner at first, Gargis, being held on by Klassen. The middle infield straight away, normal depth. Huge hole in left center field. With Cobb's speed, you hit a ball there, the right angle. He could take all 4. 2 on, 2 out. Pippins already 4 across this inning. Cobb takes a slider on the outside corner for strike 2. Owen working on a 1 for 3 night. Singled, drove in a run, scored in the first, has bounced out and flied to center in 2 subsequent at-bats. Right-hander Logan Chase ready. Off the third base side of the rubber. Fires. Cobb pops it high in the air on the infield. Towards first. Klassen straddling the line of fair and foul territory. Reaches up and makes the over-the-shoulder catch to end the inning. But the Pippins get 4 runs on 6 hits. 2 errors. And they leave 2 stranded. 8-3 Yakima Valley as we head to the 7th on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Road trip season, there's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever, or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
1-0 count to Tyler Detloff here in the 7th. Pitch from Cameron Liss is punched back foul to the screen, 1-1. Pippins leading by a score of 8-3 after a 4-run 6th inning in which they sent 9 men to the plate, benefited from a pair of Wenatchee errors, and have a 5-run lead here in the 7th. Left-hander Liss delivers the 1-1 pitch. Good backdoor breaking ball for strike 2. Third full inning of work for Liss, who is in line for the victory after relieving Mark Finklenberg in the 4th inning. 2 1/3 innings, scoreless baseball for Liss. 1-2 from the southpaw. Went chasing for that, Detloff, and hit it off the top of the screen right side, 1-2. Johnny Sage, Ryan Altenberger to follow in this inning, 1-2-3, with a right-hander in the bullpen for Wenatchee. Sam Wyatt is throwing. 1-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Siracusa picks it up, steps to his left, goes on to first for the out, and the 3rd strikeout for Cameron Liss. And the Pippins set down the first batter here in the 7th. Brings up Johnny Sage, left-handed hitter who's working on an 0-for-3 day. Pop out, fly out, ground out. 8-3 Pippins lead as right-hander Nick Brown begins his stretching down in the Pippins bullpen. Last tossed on Wednesday against Ridgefield. Was huge in relief in that game. Pitch, down and in, 1-0. And I mean, shutdown for a guy that hadn't pitched on a baseball mound in a long time. 1-0 pitch. Sage takes a breaking ball that started on the inside, ends up at the knees for strike 1. Brown on Wednesday got the win, 3 2/3, no hits against Ridgefield. And there's a breaking ball that skips in the dirt, 2-1. It's been 2 days rest after he threw 59 pitches, so he's just beginning his stretching and could be in line to pitch some of the later innings of this game. Left-hander Liss, ready with the 2-1. Rocks and delivers. That one's hit high in the air, not very deep. Right center field. Pittman over to his left. Center fielder camps under it and makes the catch in medium depth right center field for the 2nd out. Brings up Ryan Altenberger, the shortstop, whose first inning home run gave the Applesox an early lead. They now trail 8-3, top 7. Nobody on, 2 down. Other guys that could be available out of the bullpen for the Pippins. We could see Aiden Adams again. First pitch in this left-on-left matchup. Curveball strike on the inside corner to Altenberger, 1 for 2 on the day. 0-1. Breaking ball, hit left side. Cobb, the shortstop, ranges to his left, picks it up, belt high on a tough hop, goes over to first for the out. Nice play, Owen Cobb. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the 7th for Cam Liss. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, stretch time here in Yakima. 8-3 Pippins lead on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce two of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Nothing is sweeter for the warm summer months than a great scoop of Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Your Baskin-Robbins store right here in Yakima on South 1st Street proudly supports Yakima Valley Pippins Baseball. Make sure you stop by and grab a cup or cone of your favorite Baskin-Robbins flavor at the South 1st location. And then, next time you're at Yakima County Stadium, try out their awesome baseball medley. Baskin-Robbins ice cream and Pippins Baseball will make your summer memorable.
Landon Shire takes over on the mound for Wenatchee, their fifth pitcher of the game. As we go to the bottom of the seventh inning, Pippins ahead 8-3. Right-hander will face Pittman, Gill, Siracusa. The 6'7", part of the Yakima Valley order, a junior out of San Diego, California. Stands 6'5", 215, making his third appearance of the season. Last pitched on Thursday, an ERA of 0.00 this year, 2 innings of work. Delivers the pitch to Pittman, and it's fouled back to the screen, 0-1. Struck out 2, walked 1. Opponent's hitting 143 off of him, and he does have 1 save, which he collected on opening night on Tuesday against Victoria. So far, the only win of the Applesox season. Third baseman Gillis in on the grass, pitch to Pittman, fouled off to the right, 0-2. Pittman led off last inning, too. Struck out swinging against Cameron Summer, and then Summer didn't record another out. 4 consecutive singles, 4 runs across on the side-arming right-hander. 0-2 pitch. Pittman swings and misses. He's down on strikes for the third time tonight, 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. First strikeout for the right-hander Landon Shire, who replaces Logan Chase, allowed 2 hits and allowed a couple of inherited runners to score, but did get the Applesox out of the 6th inning, which was a 4-run frame. Pippins lead 8-3, bottom 7. Bases clear, 1 away for Riley Gill, who shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike at the knees. 0-1, and Gill, with a single into right field, fairly soft his last time, started that rally in the 6th. The 0-1. That one's hit high in the air on the infield, left side. Shortstop Altenberger tracking over, but Gillis calls him off. Charging in, he nearly falls to his feet on the infield grass, but he cups it at the belt for the second out. Going to bring up Corey Siracusa, Pippins catcher, who hits from the right side. 8-3 Yakima Valley lead, bottom 7. Bases empty, 2 away. Landon Shire out of George Fox University, a D3 school in Newberg, Oregon. Tall right-hander delivers, and Siracusa takes a knee-high fastball for a strike. Spelled S-C-H-I-R-E-R, Landon Shire. Right-hander's 0-1. Hit down the right field line fairly deep and foul. That is the second foul home run that Corey Siracusa has hit today. Both of them opposite field. He just needs to pull it a little bit more to the left. 5th pitcher of the day for Wenatchee. Only 2 of which have completed a full inning. Shire trying to be the third right here. Right-hander rocks and deals the 0-2. Down and away, skips in the dirt, 1-2. That wasn't even close. Pull infield deep. Outfield shifted well to the right. There's basically no center fielder right now. Pitch. Hit down the right field line, foul. The way Siracusa's been pulling the ball might not be the worst decision, but the left fielder Sage is in left center. Center fielder Graham is in right center. And then the right fielder, Tyler Detloff, is basically typical right field. So there's a huge hole in left and left center for a right-handed batter. 1-2 pitch to Siracusa, the offering. Comes in and hits him on his thigh. And then it ended up hitting Carl Ramsey, the home plate umpire, a bit too. So he's going to walk that one off. And Ramsey in some pain as it seemed to have hit him on the arm. He shakes it off a little bit. Tommy Davis will dig in as one of the Pippins trainers jogs out to check on Ramsey, who's up and shaking it off a little bit. Hit by pitch to Siracusa puts him on base, and Ramsey's a tough guy. I think he's going to be all right. But he is working around. I think it's his thumb that he's playing around with. Ball hit Siracusa on the side and then hit Ramsey on the thumb. He's talking to one of the Pippins athletic trainers over on the third base side right now. Shaking off his hand a little bit. Tommy Davis bats, and it was a nice moment, too, as the pitcher, Landon Shire, went and consoled Ramsey for a second. Knew he'd been in a little bit of pain. So Siracusa reaches for the third time tonight after being hit by a pitch, and now Tommy Davis will bat RBI single his last time up. Pippins lead 8-3, bottom 7. 1 on, 2 out. Third baseman Gillis comes in. Nobody in the Pippins bullpen, so Cam Liss, who's been rock solid out of the pen. 3 1/3, 1-hit innings. Looks like he will also pitch the 8th, and then potentially Nick Brown or Aiden Adams in the 9th. Still waiting on Ramsey, the umpire who got hit a moment ago off a ricochet with a ball that hit off of Siracusa's thigh. He's now ready, tosses the mask back on, and good to see Carl Ramsey back at full strength. Davis digs into the right-handed batter's box, which is basically just a mess of dirt at this point. Gillis in on the grass at third. Klassen holds the runner at first. Siracusa pitch to Davis, chopped towards third. Gillis picks it up on the infield grass, went down to a knee, straightens up and throws out Davis at first. And the Pippins strand a 2-out base runner. 8-3 Yakima Valley lead as we head to the 8th on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome and se habla español. This is how we care.
What does traveling really cost you? After all the hassles and spendings along the way, how much do you really save? When you fly YKM, you can save on gas, money, sleep, parking fees, stress, and most of all, the one thing you can't get back, your time. Those savings really add up. What's that worth to you? Fly faster. Fly YKM. Visit flyykm.com, where you can connect to over 85 cities. Book your flight today.
Yakima Valley Pippins.
Carrying top-notch supplies for more than 70 years in the Yakima Valley, your hometown Ace Hardware stores in Yakima and Natchez provide attentive customer service and the best brands for all your home improvement project needs. Roy's Ace Hardware in downtown Yakima, Hometown Ace Hardware in Tieton Village in Yakima, and Oak Creek Hardware in Natchez also has fishing, hunting, landscaping, and cleaning equipment. Ace Hardware, hardware supplies and competitive prices.
We head to the top of the 8th here in Yakima. The 8th inning brought to you by Shirtworks. Shirtworks in Ellensburg, the official provider of apparel for the Yakima Valley Pippins. From practice gear to everyday athletic apparel and silk screening to embroidery, Shirtworks is the go-to vendor for all your sports apparel needs. Give Shirtworks a call at 509-925-3469 or visit them at 100 West University Way in Ellensburg. Lefty Cameron Liss back out for another inning out of the bullpen, and his first offering is Zach Inskeep. Cut on and missed for strike one. Inskeep is 0 for 3. He's the cleanup hitter to be followed by Blake Klassen and Brett Gillis with the Pippins ahead 8-3. Lefty delivers, and a breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Liss out for his 4th full inning of work. He has been phenomenal out of the pen, throwing a lot of strikes. 0-2. Fly ball down the right field line. Padilla over to his left. This one headed towards the corner, and it is foul. Just off the wall behind the Wenatchee bullpen on the right field line. A few feet over, that's off the wall and extra bases for Inskeep. Instead, he's still searching for his first hit of the season, 0 for 10. Right-hander Nick Brown continuing to toss in the Pippins bullpen down the third base line. Looks likely that Brown will pitch the 9th, or if Liss gets into some trouble, maybe even parts of the 8th as well. Left-hander delivers the 0-2. Breaking ball hit high in the air down the first base line, and foul out of play. A right-hander warming up for Wenatchee as well. That's Sam Wyatt, a 6-foot-tall righty out of the University of Northern Colorado. Inskeep hits from the right side. Nobody on, nobody out. Pippins ahead, 8-3, top 8. Trying to improve to 4-1. Liss with a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got him on a breaking ball. Siracusa throws it down to first on a pitch in the dirt, and that is the 4th strikeout for Cam Liss. 1 away in the 8th. I'll bring up left-handed batting Blake Klassen, who is 1 for 3 today. Klassen, 6'2", 205 out of Rancho Mission Viejo, California. He'll be a freshman at the University of Arizona this fall. Lefty versus lefty. Pitch. Taken down and away, 1-0. The infield deep and straight away. Same deal with the outfield. Not a whole lot of shifting from the Pippins on defense. 1-0. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. And part of that might be that it's so early in the season that a lot of these hitters' tendencies haven't really been revealed yet. 1-1. Pitch swing and a miss. Strike 2. And he foul-tipped it back, actually. Stays 1-2. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for Wenatchee. 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Pippins. 1-2. Breaking ball. Hit opposite side. Cobb, the shortstop, charges in. Ranges over to his left and throws on to first for the out. 2 down. Base is empty and Brett Gillis bats. Gillis, a right-handed hitter who has struck out twice and walked today. And if this is Cam Liss's last batter, what an outing it was. The pitch. Fouled back to the screen, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Fastball up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pippins lead 8-3 in the 8th. Fastball high and away, 2-1. It was a 4-run first and then a 4-run 6th. Besides that, this game's been fairly close, 2-1. Fastball high and in, 3-1. And so far, the Pippins this season have had a tendency for big innings offensively. With this year, this game at least, the offense has kind of been spread around. 3-1. Chopper off of Siracusa's mask and then off the plate. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cam Liss has struck out a batter in this inning, 4 on the day. And he's only walked 1, allowed 1 hit over 4 innings of scoreless relief. He has been phenomenal. And if this score holds, he'll join us on Pippins postgame. Shakes off a sign. Now sets the 3-2. Breaking ball, up and away, ball 4, lost him. And the second walk allowed by Cam Liss. Well, the 3-2 backdoor curve. Daring pitch. And a 2-out base runner for Wenatchee. Quinn Ayers, who is 0 for 3 coming to the plate. 3 strikeouts, 2 looking, 1 swinging. Ayers bats from the right side. The runner at first, 2 down. Liss gives him a look, fires. And there's a swing and a miss on an outside fastball, 0-1. Best test of how a pitcher responds after a walk. Get him with a first pitch strike, of which Liss has thrown a ton today. Lefty works with the right foot over left. 0-1. Fastball strike on the inside corner, 0-2. And a ball being retrieved now down the right field line out of the bullpen. Sam Wyatt, watching him warm up, he's been bouncing a lot of balls in the bullpen dirt. Landon Shire pitched a clean 7th. perhaps Wenatchee just considers leaving him in there for the 8th. 8-3 Pippins lead here in the top half of the 8th inning. 1 on, 2 out. Here's the 0-2 from Liss. Fastball up high, count 1-2. Pippins will try to add some more insurance with the top of the order. Padilla, Lou, Cipriano in the 9th. Liss with a 1-2 pitch. He fires. Breaking ball high and away, 2-2. A lot of 2-strike breaking balls and not locating any of them at this present moment. Elsewhere around the Expedition League, Ridgefield 5, Kelowna 4, bottom 6. There's a pop fly, foul out of play, off to the right, stays 2-2. 1 on, 2 out. Pippins ahead, 8-3 in the 8th. Corvallis 11, Victoria 6th in the bottom of the 6th in Victoria. Bellingham trails Port Angeles 8-1 in the bottom of the 8th. In Port Angeles, Walla Walla 6, Bend 4 in the top of the 6th. And Portland and Cowlitz all square at 3 in Longview. 2-2 pitch. Here's the delivery. That's down and in. Count runs full, and now Liss is starting to lose it a little bit here. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner will be off with the pitch. And he takes off. The 3-2 popped up off to the right, out of play. And we will have a 8th pitch of this at-bat. So the Pippins' next opponent, Victoria, after winning a series against these Applesox, lost the first game to Corvallis last night 2-1, and now losing 11-6 in the 6th. 2-game series. It'll be wrapped up the week following here at home. Runner takes off, 3-2. Pop foul again. Out of play, right side. And the Pippins will head up to Victoria for their Canada trip in late July. 3-2, 2 outs. Here is the pitch from Liss. Left-hander delivers. There's a line drive, center field. Pittman comes on, and that one drops in front of him, a base hit. So a single on the 9th pitch of the at-bat to Quinn Ayers. Gillis moves up to third, and there's runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Cody Colden coming to the dish. Single into center field, making things interesting here. 8-3 Pippins lead in the 8th. And Colden digs in. He has doubled so far today. And Rob Hippie out to the mound to have a meeting with Cam Liss as Nick Brown continues to throw in the bullpen for the Pippins. And good feeling this is Liss's last batter. At least it would seem likely given the game situation. Long meeting at the mound, largely here just to get Brown some time throwing in the bullpen. Pippins trying to improve to 4-1. Win their 2nd consecutive series and go into tomorrow, as they did in Ridgefield, with a chance for a sweep, and it'll be Dylan Barkley on the mound, the guy who won on opening day for the Pippins. Mound meeting comes to a conclusion. Cody Colden, double, walk, RBI, and a pop-out today. Lefty versus righty. Colden digs in from the right side. Takes a couple of practice cuts. And now straightens up, as does Liss, the left-hander, atop the mound. Looks to first, and fires. And there's a chopper off of Siracusa's mask, and it rolls into fair territory, 0-1. Applesox have runners on the corners, 2 outs. Pippins leading 8-3 in the top of the 8th, looking for the series win. Again, they did not win a series from Wenatchee last year. Pippins falling both at home and away. These two teams will square off on the road, or, well, for the Pippins, it'll be on the road in early August, so it'll be a while till we see these guys again. Fastball high and away, 1-1. Johnny Graham waiting on deck. He'll bat next, should this inning continue. Pippins lead 8-3, top 8. Left-hander Liss shields the ball towards the first base side, delivers. And there's a fastball just below the knees, ball 2. And now Liss is really laboring, and good chance this is his last batter of the day. With a right-hander again on deck. Nick Brown in the bullpen for the Pippins. Pitch. Fastball at the knees for strike 2. Count 2-2. And Pippins will look to add some insurance in the 8th before turning it over to Nick Brown, presumably in the 9th inning. Cameron Liss, over 75 pitches. 2-2. Breaking ball, just high, 3-2. Count full for the 3rd consecutive batter. After a 7th inning, that was no problem for the left-hander Liss. Pitch. Grounded right side, slowly for Tommy Davis. The second baseman comes on, tosses on to first, and the Pippins get out of the inning. Wenatchee strands a couple. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Pippins leading 8-3 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Sure, Drunk You is a pretty cool guy, but he's not exactly what you would call reliable. He's not a maker of great decisions, or, for that matter, even adequate decisions. The point is, you shouldn't trust the version of you that created the macaroni taco to create a plan to get you home safe. Make a plan before you party.
Relaxed atmosphere in downtown Selah. With savory entrees and specialty drinks, Tailgaters provides something for customers of all ages. Cheer on your favorite team in the restaurant while experiencing 1950s charm with a modern twist. Visit Tailgaters Bar and Grill today, located at 110 East 3rd Avenue at Viking Village in Selah. Tailgaters Bar and Grill.
Sam Wyatt is the 6th pitcher of the night for the Wenatchee Applesox. Pippins leading 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Here in Yakima, Wyatt, a right-hander out of northern Colorado, 6 feet, 175 pounds, a native of Mill Creek, Washington in the Seattle area. Made 1 appearance this season, pitched last Saturday, a week ago. 5 1/3 innings of relief. 1 game pitched, no earned runs. Not on Saturday, it was on Wednesday. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. And opponents hitting 133 off the right-hander, who allowed 2 hits in those 5 1/3 innings. And he will face the top of the Pippins order, Padilla, Liu, and Cipriano, here in the bottom of the 8th, with the Pippins looking to add to an 8-3 lead. Right-handed hitting Padilla is 1 for 3 today with a single, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Pippins looking for insurance. First pitch. Padilla takes in the dirt, 1-0. And then it looks like Nick Brown will get the ball in the 9th. He has been tossing in the bullpen for quite some time now. Last pitched on Wednesday. Picked up the win, Nick Brown. 1-0 from Wyatt. Swing and a miss at an off-speed offering, 1-1 to Padilla, who has really acquainted himself well to the Pippins early on. Won't be on the road trip to Bellingham next weekend, but other than that, he's with the team for the foreseeable future. 1-1. That one's hit high in the air, towards right. Detloff over to his left, charging towards the line. He puts it away. A huge run for Tyler Detloff. He had to run very far, a long way over to his left to put that one away. And that's the first out of the top of the 8th. Excuse me, the bottom of the 8th. Brings up Zach Liu, who's 2 for 4. Right-handed batter steps in already with an RBI and a run scored to his name today. Gillis comes in on the grass at third. Wyatt delivers, and Lou takes a fastball for a strike outside corner. Count 0-1. Cipriano waiting on deck. He's 1 for 4. 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball down the third base line. Skips foul. Aiden Adams makes a nice snag down the third base line. Pippins bullpen area. 8-3. Yakima Valley leads bottom 8. 10 hits for the Pippins today. 5 for Wenatchee. 3 errors for the Sox. 2 for the Pippins. Right-hander with the 0-2. There's a chopper down the third base line. Foul. Pippins, should this lead hold, will improve to 4-1. Their best start in several seasons. Got off to a real slow start last year in particular. 0-2. That one's laced down the left field line. Fair ball rolling towards the corner. Extra bases for Lou. Sage picks it up at the wall in left field, and Lou trots into second with a 1-out stand-up double. His third double of the season, and the Pippins have their 9th run waiting at second with 1 down, and Daniel Cipriano coming to the plate. Lou is just a pure hitter. He's always going to get overlooked for his size, but that man can really impact the baseball. 3-hit night for Lou, and he continues to really hit the ball well. Cipriano bats from the right side. Pippins ahead, 8-3, bottom 8. Lou at second with a slight lead. Pitch to Cipriano. Taken in the dirt with a fastball. 1-0 from Sam Wyatt, a right-hander from the Seattle area. Formerly pitched at Edmonds Community College in Linwood, Washington, and then pitched at Northern Colorado this spring, a 5.52 ERA in 13 appearances. Turning the look to second, the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball up high, 2-0. 0-2 record. He struck out 38 and walked 27 in 29 and a third innings for UNC, the real UNC, Sam Wyatt. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 on, 1 out for the right-hander, and he delivers a pitch that misses down low. 3 balls, no strikes to Cipriano. Pippins haven't drawn a walk against any of these bullpen arms, although they've had quite a bit of success against them. (3-0) on Cipriano. Here's the pitch with 1 on and 1 out. Grounded left side, through the hole and past the glove of Altenberger into left field. Cipriano with a single. Lou had to slow down on a ball hit through the left side, so he only makes it up to third. Now runners on the corners, 1 out for Henry Gargis. Second hit for Cipriano of the day. Both soft singles through the left side, but a hit's a hit. And he continues to impact the baseball as well. Henry Gargis bats from the left side. Pippins leading 8-3, bottom 8. 2 on, 1 out. Gargis 1 for 4 today. 1 for 3, pardon me. Right-hander set. Here's the pitch. Fastball down low, 1-0. So Gargis with his first base hit in a Pippins uniform last inning, last time up in the 6th, a hard hit single into right field. And a base hit here would score a run. Give the Pippins a 6-run lead with Nick Brown coming out of the bullpen to pitch the 9th. Righties 1-0. Gargis swings and misses at a changeup, 1-1. Pippins will try and, at this point, it seems likely they'll be trying to complete a sweep tomorrow, with Dylan Barkley facing Keegan Romig. Couldn't complete the sweep last week earlier in the week against Ridgefield, falling by 1 run in the 3rd and final game. Gargis fouls this high and out of play. 1-2. Owen Cobb waiting on deck. Pippins lead 8-3, bottom 8. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Against Sam Wyatt. This bullpen for Wenatchee, a lot deeper than what the Pippins have right now. They've used a lot of arms today. Pippins should have more bullpen arms coming in the near future. Another one tomorrow. Jack Gonzalez will be in town. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a changeup. Gargis down swinging for the 2nd time today, and it'll bring up Owen Cobb with 2 outs. Cobb hits with runners on the corners, 2 down, 8-3 Pippins lead, bottom 8. He singled and drove in a run, then later scored in the first. He is 1 for 4 on the day. Cobb, lanky right-hand batter, with Lou at third, being held tightly by Gillis, and Klassen holding on Cipriano at first. Middle infielders, fairly normal depth. Pitch. Lined right towards second and fielded before it ever hit the ground by Colden. But apparently they say it did hit the ground, so Colden throws on to first, and that ends the inning. Pippins strand runners on the corners, but still lead 8-3 as we go to the ninth. Nick Brown going to try and close down a Pippins victory here on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Les Schwab is proud to introduce 2 of our best tires ever just in time for summer road trip season. There's our exclusive open range AT that we believe is our quietest, smoothest, and best all-season traction tire ever. Or the Reputation, our exclusive high-mileage premium passenger tire. Get even more road trip ready with our free pre-trip safety check. Stop by or book an appointment today at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Planet Fitness is the one and only judgment-free zone. That means for just $10 a month, you can work out at your own pace and just do you. However you want, whenever you want. Get free fitness training and tons of cardio and strength equipment, plus a totally friendly staff for just $10 a month with absolutely no judgment. We want you to be you for just $10 a month. Come in for a free tour or join online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness. Annual membership fee applies. Participating locations only. See club for details.
Nick Brown on to try and close down a Pippins win here in the ninth inning, making his second appearance of the season. The right-hander with the Pippins leading by a score of 8-3. He relieves Cameron Liss, who is fantastic. 4 1/3 innings of shutout baseball. And it'll be 9-1-2 for the Applesox here in the ninth, with the Pippins holding on to a 5-run lead. And Brown, the right-hander, 6'4", 225 pounds, out of Catoosa, Oklahoma. 3 2/3 of no-hit baseball in his season debut on Wednesday in Ridgefield. Here's the pitch. Graham shows bunt, pulls back on a fastball down low, 1-0. Final line on Cam Liss. He'll pick up the win if this score holds. 4 1/3, 2 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He was stellar. Could be a big piece of this Pippins pitching staff going forward. Down the third base line, that one fouled by Graham, 1-1. Tyler Detloff, Johnny Sage to follow. Graham is 1 for 2 today. 0 for 2, excuse me. Mark Finklenberg started this game, went 3 2/3 innings, allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned. Pitch. That one swung on and missed, got him with the off speed. And it is 1-2. Brown from Pittsburgh State, looking to pick up, well, he won't get a save in this situation, but trying to close out a Pippins victory. Here is the 1-2 offering. Ground ball up the middle. Cobb, the shortstop, to his left, dives, keeps it in front of him, but has no play. It's an infield single for Graham to start the ninth. Really good range by Owen Cobb, but that one was hit so slowly and just did not have a play over at first. So to bring up Tyler Detloff, just the 6th hit of the night for Wenatchee. Pippins lead 8-3 in the ninth. Nick Brown, the right-hander, faces right-handed batting Tyler Detloff, who is 1 for 4. The delivery. That one's hit high in the air to center. Pittman ranges over to his right, has plenty of room, charges in, reaches up, and makes the 2-hand catch in front of his face for the first down. And Nick Brown gets some help from his college teammate Tyler Pittman at Pittsburgh State. 1 away, and it'll bring up Johnny Sage, who's 0 for 4. Left-handed batter. With a runner on first, 1 out, Pippins lead 8-3, top 9. Brown ready, belt tie. He deals. And a pitch taken just up high for a ball, 1-0. Big bearded right-hander, 6'4", 225, fifth-year senior. Going to be a sixth year at Pittsburgh State in the fall. 1-0. Pop back foul, out of play. Into the concourse, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice crowd out here in Yakima tonight. Not as big as last night, but a good crowd out on a nice day to watch the Pippins try and clinch a series victory. A lot of crowd filing out now to try and beat the endgame traffic. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Fastball, down and away, 2-1. Come out and support. This is a really good team. They are winning, and they are going to continue to, as this team is only getting more stronger and more reinforcements as the season goes on. 1 on, 1 out. Ground ball could end this game. Pitch taken in the dirt, and it skips away from Siracusa. Count 3-1 to from Nick Brown to Tyler Detloff. Excuse me, to Johnny Sage with Johnny Graham over at first. Pippins lead 8-3 in the 9th. Pitch. Fouled off to the left, and the count is full. Pippins pitching again, did a good job of limiting free bases. And the offense came out in a big way with a couple of big innings, first and the 6th. 4 runs in each. And here's a 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got him on the low and inside fastball. First strikeout for Brown, and the Applesox are down to their last out here in the 9th. Ryan Altenberger, who is 1 for 3 with a homer today. 8-3 Pippins lead. Altenberger bats from the left side against Nick Brown, the right-hand pitcher. Looking to improve to 4-1. Here's the delivery. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. What a pitch, Nick Brown. Fired a good one in there. It's 0-1. Cipriano holds the runner. Graham at first. 2 outs in the 9th. Pippins lead by 5. That pitch, a changeup below the knees for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. First pitch tomorrow, 6:05, a little bit earlier for the Sunday start. Pippins will go for the sweep. Brown rubs up the baseball a little bit. Here's the 1-1. Broke his bat. Pop up, third base side. Lou in foul ground, reaches up, makes the catch, and the Pippins win. They beat the Wenatchee Applesox by a final score of 8-3. The bullpen was fantastic. The Pippins got a couple of big innings, and they win their 2nd consecutive series, their 2nd consecutive game, and improve to 4-1 on the year. We'll take a quick break and wrap it up with a post-game show, and then we'll have our Pippins post-game afterwards on our social media. This is the Yakima Valley Pippins Baseball. They win 8-3 on the Nathan's Famous Broadcast Network.
Prosser Memorial Health's Grandview Clinic is now open and accepting new patients. Services include family medicine, women's health, mental health, and after-hours care. The Grandview Clinic is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week to best serve you and your loved ones. Walk-ins are welcome, and se habla español. This is how we care.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Puget Sound native Mike Runyon can fit more in a day than most, which is good, because in addition to being a craft beer pioneer and working parent, he grows his own food, rides BMX, and has even been known to try a chainsaw carving or two. Mike's defined by his differences. At Heritage Bank, we think differences can build a better bank, too. That together, we're more than a community bank, but rather a community of banks, which means more ideas for his business and yours.
Pippins take the series here against the Wenatchee Applesox with a win by a final score of 8-3 over the Sox, and improved to 4-1 on the season with a chance to go for the sweep tomorrow. And it was about as good of a performance as you could have asked for, especially on the mound. Cameron Liss was fantastic out of the bullpen. 4 1/3 innings of relief. He allowed no runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 4. And he gets his first win in a Pippins uniform. As we take a look at our final statistics, the game took 2 hours and 19 minutes tonight, and it was played in front of 1,415 fans, with the Pippins winning 8-3. They got 8 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. The Wenatchee Applesox, 3 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors. The winning pitcher was Cameron Liss. The losing pitcher, Cameron Summer. Mark Finklenberg started for the Pippins, 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Cam Liss, 4 1/3 innings of scoreless relief, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Nick Brown, a scoreless ninth, allowed 1 hit and struck out 1. As for Wenatchee, Trent Sellers got the start, took a no decision. 4 innings, 4 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Seth Kuykendall, a scoreless inning of relief. Cameron Summer took the loss, pitched a third of an inning, allowed 4 runs, 2 of them earned on 4 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. Logan Chase, 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits. Landon Shire and and Sam Wyatt both tossed scoreless innings out of the bullpen as well. Offensively for the Pippins, Christian Padilla 1 for 4. Zach Liu 3 for 5. Daniel Cipriano was 2 for 5. Henry Gargas 1 for 4. Owen Cobb 1 for 5. Tyler Pittman 1 for 4. Riley Gill 1 for 3. Corey Siracusa was 1 for 2. And Tommy Davis 1 for 3. As for Wenatchee, Tyler Detloff 1 for 5. Johnny Sage 0 for 5. Ryan Altenberger 1 for 4. Zach Inskeep 0 for 4. Blake Klassen 1 for 4. Brett Gillis 0 for 2. Quinn Ayers 1 for 4. Cody Colden 1 for 3. And Johnny Graham 1 for 3. And the big stuff was the big innings for the Pippins in both the 4th and the 8th, in which Wenatchee things started off on a good note in both of those innings, and then everything spiraled. In the 4th, it was just due to a string of big hits. In the 6th, it was errors that really hurt Wenatchee, with 3 of those on the night, 2 coming in that 6th inning. And the Pippins grab the win to improve to 4-1 on the season. Elsewhere around the West Coast League, only one other final tonight. Port Angeles evens up their series with Bellingham up at Civic Field. Final score 8-2. Corvallis looking to take the series on the road in Victoria. 11-7 their lead in the 8th. Portland 5, Cowlitz 3 in the 8th from Longview. And Ridgefield trying to take the series from Kelowna on the road. 5-4 they lead in the 9th, with Walla Walla holding on to a 1-run lead. 5-6 over Bend in the top of the 7th. Around the majors, the Angels beating the Mariners right now 10-3. Another tough day on the mound for Seattle. Nationals 4, Padres nothing in the top of the 8th. Rays beat the Red Sox 9-2. Athletics and Rangers had a doubleheader. Rangers took the first game by a final score of 10-5. And then they also took the second game by a final score of 3-1. White Sox beat the Royals 2-0. D-backs beat the Blue Jays 6-0. Phillies beat the Reds 4-1. Braves topped the Marlins 1-0. Julio Teheran with an excellent start on the mound. Tigers beat the Twins 9-3. Indians beat the Yankees 8-4. Orioles topple the Astros 4-1. Pirates fall to the Brewers 5-3. And in the other game of the Red Sox-Rays doubleheader, Red Sox win 5-1. Dodgers beat the Giants 7-2, and the Cubs beat the Cardinals 9-4. Mets beat the Rockies by a final score of 5-3. Pippins win here tonight against the Wenatchee Applesox. Final score of 8-3. We will have full coverage of tomorrow's game against the Applesox, trying to close out the series sweep. First pitch is at 6:35, and the pregame show begins at 6:20. Hope you can all join me. Thanks again, everyone, for joining tonight, wherever you may have been listening from. This has been Miles Klotz signing off after the Pippins win 8-3 over the Wenatchee Applesox. Everybody have a good rest of your Saturday night.